Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents Collectors Lounge International, man. Thank you guys for being here on this lovely Sunday afternoon. This is going to be a loaded discussion. Now, I know we actually go off the top, but there's a lot to go off the top about this week. So I hope you're prepared. We got a full panel of excellent individuals ready to talk, ready to dive in. As always, pull up a chair, get the best beverage that you want, order it up. Let's just have this conversation. And yes, I'm ready to go, man. Thanks to everybody for actually tuning in. Again, it's a Sunday. It's a sunny Sunday out there where I am, but it's kind of mixed. So it's sunny, but the weather still doesn't know what it wants to do. So we'll see. We'll see how it pops off. But anyway, thank you for being here. Let me bring in this amazing panel. And this is actually happy May the 1st. This is May the 1st, the first of an excellent month. We got May the 4th coming up. We got Star Wars Celebration coming up. So May the 1st and May is going to be incredible for Star Wars. And we'll dive into that a little bit later. But thank you guys for being here. Let me definitely pull up this panel. What is going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mummy Lou.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Can I call her that?
Mommy Lou? Is that Mommy Lou?
Mama Loco.
Mama Loco. Happy
Mama
birthday.
Loca. Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
Happy
Mama
birthday
Loca.
to Mom Dukes. Mom Dukes gave birth to this crazy mofo right here, and she had to be a crazy individual to have my ass around. So.
Happy birthday, Mama. Welcome you in, and hopefully you're watching. So proud of you. You actually brought in a crazy yet graceful son who brings so much energy to this world. So happy birthday
and
to
he
you.
can pose.
And he can pose. Definitely.
You mean
You're posing one of the figures that I had to be extra careful with. Like you posed him more dynamically than I've ever posed that figure, period. So hats off to you, brother, for doing that, because that's incredible. Definitely it's incredible. But I love the pose.
There we go.
Really quick, we got a $5 super chat by Malika Mabane. As soon as it decides it wants to come in here. Let's see here. Yeah. Peace and love to the international family, man. Peace and love to you, man. Thank you for basically being here. It's going to be definitely a great discussion here. Lumi, welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Yeah, so glad to have you. I know you're in the midst of prom season, so we already know what's popping off with that.
Have you finished my dress yet?
Almost done. I gotta hem it, and then I gotta add the button, and it'll be done.
Okay, go.
Straight up. So glad to have you here. Figure Focus, the cleanest man alive. I mean, the cleanest man on as far as content creators, man. What's going on with you, brother?
You're too kind. I'm just going to say to the chat, first of all, there's 47 people. Can we get 47 flags in the chat? So it is a Collector Lounge International. Just pop a flag in the chat just for fun. I know there's people from Spain, there's people from the UK, there's people from Australia, there's people from America, there's people from Ireland. That's kind of cool. Like, just pop those flags in the chat.
Yes.
I am good. I'm always excited being here on a Sunday. It's just like the perfect time for me. I always get excited, do a bit of work in the morning, and then bang, I'm ready.
Yes,
yeah, things are good. It's nice
So
to have
glad
6
to
on a
have
panel as well. So we have a lot to talk about.
Man,
a lot to talk about.
Do we have a lot to talk about? And you so gracefully throughout the week reminded me that we have a lot to talk about this week.
I nagged you.
Yes.
We got a lot to talk about. I sent Leah a 1-minute voice clip of his impression.
If I could put that voice clip up on here just so y'all can hear it, it's the funniest thing in the world, man. Like, straight up. It's so funny. Yo, it was
we got
incredible.
A lot of flags in the chat.
Yeah, we got a lot of flags here.
A couple of pirate ones in there.
Yeah, man.
A couple of pirate flags.
Man.
Jesus.
I'm loving it. I'm definitely loving these flags coming in, man.
I just realized I know nothing about geography.
So when you said the flags, you was like, okay, now I got to figure out where these people. So listen, when you put your flag up, also put where you're from. To put the flag and where you are, because I mean, a lot of us we see the flags and we're like, okay, so let me just figure this out. Let me go through my phone. Let me see what we got.
Okay, we're a little ignorant. We're a little ignorant when it comes to the geography.
Got Australia.
Yeah, we got Australia in the building.
We got Spain in there.
We got Spain. We got Canada. We got the US.
We got Morocco right there with the star.
Yeah, we do.
Where's Ren's from?
We got Italy. We got
Philippines.
everything, man.
Philippines. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ren's is from, and I got it. You know what? Speaking of which, I'm gonna later on. I'm gonna show some pieces that Ren sent me. His art. I just, man, listen. The guy is incredible. This guy is super incredible. So definitely, Ben, what's going on with you? How are you? How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm feeling really like giddy and excited for the month of May. We've got Lou tickling my head up there. No, we've got Star Wars Day. We've got Star Wars Celebration. We've got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We got Moon Knight finale. Like, it is going off. And
it is. It is
good to be geek.
It is. Yeah. It's definitely good to be geek. That last episode of Moon Knight. If I don't care who you are, it's like, it's human to be emotional. It's human to feel. And that show, that episode right there crushed me. Like, literally crushed me. And if this man does not get an Emmy Award for what he pulled off, something's wrong. Like, literally something's wrong with the system, because he killed that. Like, his performance was phenomenal. And on top of that, knowing that, you know, it's heartbreaking to know that, you know, there are children out there who have been mentally and physically abused, and it's changed them in such a way that it's hard to really, you know, bring them back. So again, abuse is a real thing. You know, mental instability is a real thing. And you know what I mean? It's something that should be, the light is shined on that, but there is help and there is hope at the end, you know, where the light is. So definitely, man, I'm so glad that their show is shining a light on that. Very interesting. So yeah, can't wait. I can't wait to this last episode. It's going to be incredible. Yes, Ren's Oscar deserves award. You're right. Cam, what's going on with you, brother? I mean, here's wait a minute. So we got a freshly shaved Cam. He cut it all off. He said, "Yo, I'm just gonna go, yo,
cook an egg.
I'm just gonna go extra light and smooth on y'all."
Here.
So he said, "I'm out here." He said, "I just had to do it."
Yeah, bro. It was about that time. I was like, you know what? Let's go to make a change. You know, I feel like this is a stream where like you see my bald head and you usually don't. You know how you go on Will's streams?
Yeah,
Will Falsification, and he don't have a hat on sometimes.
Yeah.
And you forget he don't have hair. And this is what people looking at me like, what the hell is going on? This is what I look like. So if you see me in the street with a bald head,
so you just out there. You just out there.
Yep, that's it.
He's like, I'm definitely out there.
Yeah, backstage, I wasn't saying nothing about the head. I was like, "Where's your hat, man?" And you know the rules is beanies, baby.
I was like, I gotta let it breathe today.
You gotta let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
You put that. Sometimes you put that beanie on the bald head, it starts itching a teeny bit. Sometimes it's dependent, because you know what I mean. Ben is like, yeah, I'm struggling over here, man. I'm trying to scratch, but at the same time keep a look. So I feel you.
I've actually covered mine because I'm not clean shaven. So I'm the opposite. I get self-conscious if I've not clean shaven myself, because I get that horrible like 5 o'clock shadow on my head.
Yeah.
I look like a baby hedgehog.
I got you, man. Let's address the chat real quick. We got Mugwump in the building, man. Thank you for basically being here. Member Mugwump, thank you for being here. Damon Zapp. We got Ryan Smith. Blitz 0065 is in the building. Braden is actually here. Thank you for being here. Windman 42. We got Ren's Talentino in the building. My guy Brendan Salad is here. Let's see here. We got HRD or Hardcore Candy is in the building. We got Gilbert Hartman, Mark Genzito is in the building. Joe Augustine, Marvel Us Reviews is in the building. Figuristic Park, we got DT Artman, we got Tyria is in the building. Lionel, let's see here. We got the Empire Strikes member is in the building. Thank you for being here. Robert Peters, Nick Carmen, Malika Mabane. Let's see here. We got Hydra Collectibles. We got let me see who else. Said Nick Carmen. We got SS Money SCXX in the building. Who else we got here? AJ Aguza. Thank you for basically being here. Insane One is in the and Riley Reviews is here. Who else we got? Spice Runner. You got Figure Focus out there. You know, you always gotta have focus out there. You can't
cleaning the chat.
Hey, cleaning the chat. We got Third to the Six Collectibles in the building. Who else we got here? Barrett is out there. Let me see here. Who else is in the building? We got so many people coming through, man. We said Windman, Joe Augustine, exactly. We got Takathri is here. It's so glad to see you, bro. Man, let's see who else we have in the building. Yeah, I think we've actually, and Triple G Comics is actually here. So thank you for being here. Yes, this is definitely going to be a loaded discussion today because some things dropped that we didn't think was going to drop, or things that were revealed that we didn't think were going to be revealed. And I have to honestly say that Hot Toys decided that, you know what, Leo, you don't think we're listening to these streams, buddy, but we are listening to these streams, and we kind of need to, you know, prove you wrong, because, you know, some every now and then, sometimes you have to sit people down and say, you know what, I'm out here, and yes, we are making the dream happen. So they decided themselves that they were going to actually drop, or not drop, let's say not drop, but reveal a figure that we've all, you know, pretty much been waiting on. And let me pull this up here in just a second. Let's see what we got. You know, we would have had this conversation. Had to find it real quick. So
he's looking for photos of the transport trooper.
Here we go. Here we go. So we have none other than Electro in the building, and we know that people have been waiting for this thing and waiting for this thing and waiting for this thing, and finally we have it. I'm gonna start with you, Ben, because like I said, I know this is something that definitely we've all wanted. We've all been talking about this figure for a minute. Were you surprised when you saw it? When you I mean, we knew it was coming. We knew basically that from what they showed us with the earlier prototype photos behind the scene. We didn't see the head sculpt. All we seen was the torso, the arms, and the lower chin. But did this surprise you when they released it, or they revealed it last week?
I don't think I was surprised, because obviously we got the tease, and what was that? A good kind of 2 weeks in between, 3 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
So you know, we knew it was coming, but I'm stressed out, guys. I'm stressed out because we've got Electro now.
Yes.
We know we've got a Goblin on the way.
Mhm.
We know we've got Doc Ock on the way, pending a new face.
Yeah.
We have a newly announced third-party Lizard. Okay, and that leaves one person. One person, Sandman. I need Sandman. Now, the thing is, for me, right, I'm not going to be collecting them all. Like, so whilst I can kind of look at this and appreciate it from afar, I've got no intention of kind of doing a collection. I just want Sandman. Like, that's the character that I've kind of always loved from the comics and feel really passionate about. So yes, dear Hot Toys, give me Sandman. You're sincerely the attention-seeking geek. That's all I need. But yeah, this looks amazing. The head sculpt is fantastic. Like, the one thing I would say is I don't know how much of a fan I am of those kind of attach on plastic kind of electric effects. Saying that, the crown thing is a really nice touch. It's also a shame that there's no light up function on it. Or does the arc reactor right? Okay. But still, I feel like, I don't know, you know, we're in 2022 now, and these figures have been made for a long time now, and I feel like, you know, we need some innovation in terms of the way that they kind of display you know, electricity or power sets and things like that. And I do feel like it's I don't want to say lazy, but the electric effects just don't do it for me, unfortunately. But yeah, really awesome to see this figure finally happen.
Yeah, definitely. I was extremely excited about it. Focus your view on this figure, because I know, like I said, I mean, this has been talked about now for a while, and it's also one of those figures where, I mean, again, we've always questioned Hot Toys motive. You know what I mean? Their motive, like, as far as, you know, whether or not they are, going to show some of these ethnic characters some love. But at the same time, will we even see this? It was, we knew that, we can honestly say the big three of the film, as far as the baddies to go, that, pretty much got the most shine was, well, we can't really label Doc Ock a bad, because he was like a wild card. I mean, he started out as bad, but, he was conflicted. So he was sort of like a wild card. But we knew we were getting Doc Ock, we were getting Goblin, but it was questionable as if we would actually get this figure, and we got it. So what do you think about it?
Well, first of all, the day I saw the trailer, this was long before we started streaming together.
Yeah.
And we saw the ad, and I saw that arc reactor on his chest, and I went, that looks a little bit like Whiplash, and it has an arc reactor. They're going to make that. I did not have a doubt. I called it back then, long before I had a YouTube or an Instagram. I said it to some friends. I think I mentioned in the chat as well. And then I remember when the tease came out, I was like, no, they're going to make this. And I know you had your reservation, and I completely understand why. But I was like, no, they're going to make this. My concerns were, I was like, right, they have to nail the head sculpt, and this might be controversial. First of all, I actually have to turn to my friend here. Ben, I'm sorry if I offended you when I said I couldn't care less if they make Sandman or the Reptile. That was not my intention. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Do you want to tell him he's facing the wrong way, or shall I?
Am I? Oh,
yes, in the wrong way.
Sorry.
He said somebody would have told him
it's cool, mate. It's cool.
Ben, my complete ridiculous. I'm actually really embarrassed now, so take that as my apology.
Apology accepted.
I knew what I was doing. Yeah, so like, look, the big three was what I was interested in. I did as soon as I saw the arc reactor, I was like, Stark Tech, they're not going to be able to resist. The head sculpt, I see a lot of people saying it's a 10, it's the best thing since sliced bread. I don't think it's a 10, but it is very, very, very strong. And there's something about the eyes. It looks a little bit dead around the eyes. I know people go, yeah, well, they're toys. Yeah, but there's other head sculpts that they have done which are bang on. If you flick through here and get the close image, the best one, that's really good. Yeah. That is really good. Like I think this is like an 8.5. I don't think it's like a 10. I don't think it's the best head sculpt I've ever seen, but I think it's very strong. I do think it's one of those ones you could just pop the head off and show it to someone who's into the films, and they'll go, oh yeah, it's Jamie Foxx. I do think that. Yeah. My argument that I made when the tease came out, if I was going to get it or not, it was they have to get the head sculpt right, and yeah, I think they've passed the threshold for me in terms of getting the head sculpt right. Yeah. But my problem is, it's the electric effects. For me, I want a 1/6 scale shrunken down, screen accurate version of the character on screen, and I think, 90% of the time they absolutely deliver and get it right. I think everything about this is pretty much exactly what we got on the screen, apart from those electricity effects. And I love the way, one of the things the MCU does so good is they don't directly lift stuff from the comic books, the source material, and put it on screen, because let's face it, then you're going to get just classic Loki all the time. It's not going to work. But the way the electricity formed that kind of star, I thought that was clever and it was really well done, and I like that included it here. But I'm not sure I'm gonna, if I was to get it, I don't think I was gonna pose it with all of that bells and whistles like that, because for me, the head sculpt is so good, the proportions are so good, the cut and sew is so good. You got the Timberland boots, you got the cargo pants, the harnesses. If you zoom in and look at all the clips and the intricate details, the black and yellow cabling, the arc reactor, it's all good. But then I feel when you stick all that plastic stuff on it, it kind of brings it
takes
down
away from it. Yeah.
So definitely. If I were to buy this, that means I'm basically going to pose it the majority of the time as if he's standing pre-charge up. You know what I mean? And I'm wondering, is that enough to justify doing it? Every now and then I might put the star on him, but like it does look cool. It's like the figure itself, like I said, the proportions, the head sculpt, the clothes, the straps and the cabling, that looks like perfect. And then the stuff on him, it just tells you, oh yeah, it is a toy. And sometimes when you see photos of these figures, quick look, you go, oh, that's Robert Downey Jr. or that's Jamie Foxx or that's Pedro Pascal or whoever. But with this, you're like, it's a toy. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. Honestly, I do think I'm still going to get it because I'm getting Doc Ock. I'm just waiting for him to fix the head sculpt. I haven't pre-ordered. I want to see what to do with that.
Yeah.
The Green Goblin, if that's the only version, I probably will pick that up. However, it's not the one I want. I'm waiting for that Battle Damage MCU one without the helmet, with the goggles, with the head sculpt, with the heavily worn Battle Damage,
like the Hobo
torn
Goblin.
purple hood. That is the one. That is the one. It's a nod to the comic. I wasn't into the Raimi, so that is the one. I'm hoping they're going to release that. If they release that one or announce that one, I'm going to pick that up. The Doc Ock, hopefully to fix the head sculpt. I think they absolutely will, especially JC Hong said it's not the finished one. Yeah. I think this looks great, and I think they're three of them together. I have 3 floating shells here right now. I know I'm always going on about them. They're for the quarter scales that I want a DC, a Marvel, and a Star Wars quarter scale.
Yeah.
But like you could swap them out and have like the 3 guys. You could have like Doc Ock and then Green Goblin on the glider, and then you could have Jamie Foxx there as well. Like you'd have that Electro as well. So. I do think I'm going to pick it up. It's just the electric effects I think will be wasted on me personally.
Yeah. And here's the thing: is what I was looking at is like I would have loved to see them give if they would have gave us 2 sculpts, like say for instance they give us 2 sculpts like they did, with the Man of Steel with like Henry Cavill Superman, whereas the eyes would light up. You give us one with the light up feature. One without, that would have been even decent as well. Just to kind of have something like that. Because then, with the illumination of the eyes, I would probably even like with these pieces, I'm not too fussed about them. But again, I can understand like with all those plastic pieces on this figure, it takes away from, just the idea of, Electro, what he's capable of. I would probably just use the pieces around the hands and maybe the crown once, just to take for photo value and just edit it a certain way. But it's not necessarily needed. But that arc reactor lit up is incredible. Everything else, the tailoring about this figure is good. Again, and like you said, I mean, having that whiplash, you can almost expect that they would do this. But again, I just know that they have history at passing on certain figures. You know what I mean? But they did prove me wrong with this one, which gives me hope for Valkyrie, which gives me hope for a lot of other figures. Yeah.
And the point you made there as well, like you're absolutely right. And like, considering how good the head sculpt is, fine. I don't think it's a 10, but I think it's up there. It's like an 8.5. And I know other people out there think it's 10. That's cool. And considering that, like as well, if we don't support this either, like, maybe they're like, okay, this character isn't popular, whatever. So like I do think I'm going to pick it up. Can I just address a comment there as well? Figurassic Park said, I think this is addressed at me. I need to learn how to pose myself. So obviously that's me going the wrong direction there with Ben. And Rocky Balboa, the actual Rocky Balboa, is in the chat. He said, "What would you rather do for them effects?" Yeah, like I get that, man. I don't have the answer to that. I don't have the answer.
You could have hands that the fingertips glow from underneath, like it's like lit in underneath, and the glow kind of comes through the fingertips or something.
That's what they did for the original Electro. That's what basically did for the Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Was because I have that one sitting right up there. So that one actually has the fingertips and it has the light up head sculpt. So, which was a really, really decent feature. It did come with, it only came with the electric effects for the fingertips. I mean, or for the hands, light up fingertips and the electric effects that they give us, those plastic pieces. But it didn't come with a host of them. It was just that one. And the thing is like, people didn't like that one. I liked it. I liked it mainly. And I like it mainly because of, just the ingenuity, having the light up head sculpt feature, which does light up really bright. It really does. It's a bright light up. So I do like that feature. And again, with the plastic pieces, I'm going to use some. I may not use all of them, but I'll still utilize them because you do want to have the imagination or that, just to have that representation of the character. I'll definitely use it. So Real quick before I go to you, Lumi, because I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on this. We got 2 new channel members. We got Hardcore Candy, who became a new member, so thank you for that. Definitely appreciate that. So yes, we will have a members only stream. We have that members only stream every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So stay tuned for that. And we also got 3rd to the 6th collectibles, man. Thank you for actually becoming a member. So we do appreciate that. So yes, good things coming, definitely. Lumi, what do you think about this piece? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I really like it. I have Miles and I have Storm back there. And so it would just be wrong for me not to get this. So I can complete my trio of Black Lightning themed characters.
Yeah.
For my background.
Yeah. Decent.
I actually like the lightning effects. I mean, they're toys. That's what I think about them. I mean, you want the most realism possible, but if you want that same theme of the lightning, the only way you're going to get it is taking photos and editing the photos.
Like this one right here.
Yeah, or using the actual lightning effects. And you can get some good shots with the lightning effects if you light them correctly.
Yeah.
Like you have underlighting that bounces out. Like it makes the effects like they're glowing. So I think it's really cool. And I'm glad we get an actual Black version of him because he was blue in the last movie. They tend to do that. Disney, Marvel tend to do that with their Black characters. They'll have a movie based on them or have a character, and then they'll end up changing the character into a frog, or they'll end up changing the character into a blue little spirit that's floating around most movies. They tend to do that a lot. So it's good to see representation. And I mean, the lightning effects, I can take them, utilize them. I can trade between him, Storm, and Miles and mix the effects up between them. So the more the merrier for me.
Definitely. I'm super excited about this piece. Cam, your thoughts on it, bro?
I'm super excited, man. I honestly did not think it was gonna come out anytime before everything with Star Wars comes out this month. So I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer that we're gonna be waiting on it, but now that we have it and now that we're seeing it up close and personal, I think it looks really good. Like Focus said, I do think the head sculpt's not a 10, but it is like an 8 or 9. It looks really good. I mean, like you go on down the street and anybody be able to tell you that that's Jamie Foxx for sure. And this is probably, like I said the other day, this is our first figure we got with Timberlands. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool too, you know. That's for the culture. So and then, but the only part that I didn't like about this figure is the base. Yeah, I feel like the base was kind of like
it's a cop out.
It was a cop out because we talked about it, and it's like it's basically like Yellow Jacket, base that they never used, and they used it here, opposed to creating something different, or you know, because all the other villains have deluxe packs with them, right? Yeah, and this is the only other one that doesn't have a deluxe pack, so they easily could have gave us Sandman with the base, opposed to just giving us a bee honeycomb patterned base. So yeah, but I mean, other than that, I like it. I do think the mobility of the figure probably is going to be limited because if you know, like posing that whiplash is kind of difficult with all the different segments and pieces and stuff. But this doesn't seem like it has as many brackets, but just as many wires. So it might not be that bad, honestly. But I mean, you're not going to be having them posing like shooting up to the sky. So it wouldn't make sense. So
and the thing with this, like you said, with the cabling, the pieces were kind of hard to get around, especially the way they were mounted. I mean, I even had to literally glue one of the pieces back on because it kept coming off.
Oh yeah. I've got one right now that keeps shifting. I have to keep clipping it back together. And I'm like, oh, I gotta glue it back together again. But I'm like, oh crap, I broke it. The first day I got it, just because I'm trying to make him do the actual whipping motion. So
and that's the thing. Like, it's when they do this, it's like you really have to be extra careful of how you move it around. Because there's a lot that goes into this figure, and they I mean, it comes with instructions, but man, they don't tell you much. Like, they don't tell you much.
No.
They just say, here, just read as much as you can. Like, you know what I mean? And figure it out on your own. But but those Tims. Now, here's the thing. We know it's not gonna have a logo on those boots, bro. So I'm gonna have to actually generic. I'm gonna have to make my own logo and put it on those boots, bro. Like, straight up. But like, good representation anyway. I'm all in for it.
Yeah, we can't have him walking around with the cats on. Like he's working at a construction site. I'm like, oh,
bro.
Don't play him. Hold on.
Don't play, man. Give him some Tums.
Steel toes out there.
Give him some Tums. You can basically do that. It's an easy thing, man. It's definitely easy. Loco, what you think about this, man?
All right. First things first. He's not wearing Timbs. He's wearing Wolverines, man. He came out of the construction site. He's rocking Wolverines construction boots. Okay, and that's a nod to the Wolverine we're gonna get later in the MCU. Just letting y'all know that. Just letting y'all know. But also, let's go into the effects before we get into the head sculpt. The effects part. I would like to know the ones who are opposed or on the fence with the electric effects. Tell me, how do you get lightning in plastic form? I'll wait.
Well, I just wouldn't have it.
No. That's not my question. How do you translate electricity into plastic form? There was
a really good idea in the chat from Gilbert Hartman about a diorama transparent with lightning effects in the air and USB function. I like that idea.
That's great. But it doesn't always work for photos.
Very true.
This is true. And light source USB powered stuff, that brings up the price, which is nice, right? But not everyone can afford the space. No. Everyone can't afford the space. But here's how you take this figure and you kick it up a notch. I don't think he needs a diorama base as far as Sandman or a Lizard or whatever the case may be, because they have their own following. And if you put them together as a 2-pack with their own stuff, that would be, dope. You know what I mean? Like Sandman's the diorama base, and then the Lizard's like coming out of his hand some way, somehow, something like that, right? But for Electro, this is why I brought this Spider-Man out, because I knew we was going to talk about this. I had a feeling. You get this diorama, the black light effect.
Oh, yeah.
You put that on him and let the yellow pop. Let the yellow pop and stand out like that, and you light it in a specific way, or even make it yellow itself, so that way it looks like he's generating all that electricity off of him. Now, granted, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and we have difference in opinion in this, but I think it's a great translation from live action into plastic without costing an arm and a leg for R&D and not costing us an arm and a leg. Because that's a great idea to give us that, hologram effect, but that's costly. How much are you willing to pay for Electro? Because a lot of people ain't willing to pop $285 for this. They're like, oh, no, it's too much. It doesn't come with enough. You know what I'm saying? Now the head sculpt.
Pay $285 for Sandman.
You pay $285 for Sandman. Yeah,
you pay $585 for Sandman.
Oh, you pay. Listen. Don't set the bar that high, because then we're gonna pay high for sand. Just for sand. Just saying. I can get sand outside.
Go to the beach, Ben, and get Sandman for free.
Yes. Get Sandman for free. Now, in regards to the tailoring, it looks good. It's crisp. The head sculpt, it's a 9.5 without this whole setup that they have here. When they showed the actual head sculpt by itself in natural lighting, it looks phenomenal, in my opinion. And I think the crown accessory piece is a great addition, because now you have the option of not switching out heads and worrying about snapping the peg off of the body. That means less damage to the figure. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. And if you could pose it however you want, crown, no crown, you want him just like, oh yeah, I'm rocking the new and have no electricity effects on him whatsoever. That's cool. You have plenty of options with that. But if you want more, you're gonna pay more. And are you willing to pay more for Electro? Is he that much of a character that you need to add all of that to? You know what I mean? I don't think he is, but for what he is now, he's a perfect purchase for me. And I will be getting him. I might even get the people who part out, bodies and items and stuff like that. If they sell them KO Tims, I'm getting those Tims. If they give me an extra head sculpt of Jamie Foxx, pardon me, and I'll get that so I can make a Django. You know what I mean? Make a Django figure.
Just imagining Michael J. Fox now. And
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like...
Listen, I'm local. My mind works a little bit different, but it comes all together later in the end. All right. Okay. Little sugar and spice and everything nice. You know what I mean? But this is a great release in my opinion, because they give Jamie Foxx his due justice to a head sculpt and a figure, being that he was one of the best characters in the villain side of the film. And harking back to the older figure, that light piping feature for the fingers, it didn't really translate well unless it was angled in a specific way facing you. So light piping it doesn't really work that well because it's more that Iron Man effect. So if you have the Iron Man, you know that as long as you have the hand or palm facing up, the light is going to seep through perfectly. If you have it angled, it'll still shine, but it won't give you that beam effect, that beam of light source that you're looking for in your posing. But other than that, man, I'm hyped for this. I'm looking forward to getting this figure. This is going to be one of those pieces that I'm going to have uber fun with. And Lumi, you remember the electric effect that I told you to get?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a great addition to that. You know what I mean? I'm going to get me a couple of those and add that and be like, welcome to the family of new news. This is going to be awesome. I might even get 2 of these figures just so that way I can have him with the jacket, get a third party jacket, outsource it, just have him with the nice leather jacket, make him look nice and crisp. You know what I mean?
So I have a couple concerns.
What's up?
One of my major concerns about this, because I agree with the electric effects. Like they lend well, but in certain aspects they do kind of take away. There's a plus and a minus with this. The crown effect, I love. I mean, look, comic accuracy. We're seeing the Electro that we actually seen from the books, so I love that. We get that crown effect. My only thing is, how do you apply that crown effect? Because I do not want to damage that head sculpt because of paint application.
Like glasses. It's going to be like the Edith glasses. It's going to go around the edges of the head. And since there's no paint on this plastic piece, there won't be any paint transfers.
I hope not, because here's the reason why I say that, because this is a darker figure. It's a darker color figure. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that the way it's applied, it does not, there's no danger of scratching or damaging that head sculpt. But definitely I would still use it, just to kind of capture certain aspects of it. As far as the base, I actually reached out to a guy I know who he customizes and makes, certain things. So what he's going to do, how I told him I wanted it, I wanted to kind of recreate, a certain scene, whereas we don't get the sand, but we get like that dirty type of dust type of, like when that dirty type of dirt that you see around construction sites. But just also even I wanted to recreate like a power plant, just to give it a certain element as far as the background. So he's going to kind of help me build something like that as far as spacing, but just small enough that I can, if I wanted to, fit into a DTOF. So that'd be incredible. So me and him are kind of ironing some things out. I will definitely have this figure, and again, I was even thinking about getting 2 just because, number one, to pose him up from so many different things, and I'm hopefully it isn't the last time we see this version of Electro. You know what I mean? Because again, I loved the character. I loved his portrayal. The only question I had about his portrayal was, we got the super intelligent version of him in Amazing. The Amazing Spider-Man. Right. He did shelter a level of intelligence in his film, but they didn't showcase it as much as I would have wanted to see it. You know what I mean?
It was a big personality shift.
It was a huge personality shift, and they didn't explain it in detail. You know what I mean? Right. So that was the only thing that I wanted, was because, look, if you're going to show him, even if you change his personality, just still highlight his intelligence, because he's smart. You know what I mean? So I would have loved to have actually seen that. But anyway, in any case, like I said, I will have this figure. I'm so hyped and happy about it because, again, it helps me it gives me hope for like a Valkyrie. You know what I mean? It gives me hope for the Dora Milaje. It gives me hope that we'll basically see, even certain characters from, Wakanda Forever. You know what I mean? That we'll get, the figures that
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, actually, you know what I mean? Catwoman. That's what I basically want to see. I need to see that. So
isn't there Batman announcements or something? Batman
coming.
Yeah,
this
they keep teasing that on those three little those three little, like, I know what you call them, like Instagram reels or whatever they had for the DX19. This must be their attempt of communicating with the fans more, but they didn't give any information really. But at the end of the third one for the DX19, they put up the symbol for the Batman and said announcements coming soon. Gonna say it straight out, like if they announce that Zoe Kravitz Catwoman, 100%, that's just a no-brainer, like no-brainer.
Yeah. So I mean, it's I'm excited about it, man. I can't wait to get this piece. It definitely will be something that I can't, we got Mark 7 in the building. The issue, he said Lumi had the best answer so far. It's a figure. Y'all acting like y'all want actual lightning to come with it.
Yes.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, no. Okay,
bro.
I know this. No, I'm not trying to like. I get what Luminara is saying. I'm not like like completely disagreeing, but like there is a difference between a Marvel Legends and like a $300 Hot Toys. There is a difference, but I kind of, like Loco Lou said, like as well. How do you do it? How do you make lightning look real? Like I don't think you can, like, unless maybe that's a lack of information.
Exactly.
So maybe that's a lack of imagination on my part. You know what I mean? Like, because there are some people in the chat saying, "Oh, how do you do it? How do you do it?" It's not my responsibility to do that. I'll leave that to the experts. Hot Toys are the experts. We pay them to make these hyper real kind of 6-scale figures. So, like, I don't know how to do it, but it's not my job to do it either. I'm just saying I won't use them. Like, you know what I mean? But like, I get what Luminara is saying. They're toys. They're high-end toys, but I just think with the lighting effects, it does look more Marvel Legend than collectible, personally. But,
I want real lightning. I want real electricity. Science.
I want Jamie Foxx's DNA embedded into the figure.
So
you guys want to play with lightning? Just put your finger in the socket. No, don't do that.
Don't just rub him against a balloon or something, and then like
I'm a definitely get this piece, man. But again, I'm just going to be extra cautious because, like I said, I have to, and I'll get to, because like I said, we'll probably never see it again. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I look at it. Like I'll never see it again. He's not coming back. But what seems to be coming back is these next group of individuals that we're going to actually see here that we didn't get a chance to talk about, which is all three of these individuals. Now, mind you, I was talking to Cam. We had this discussion the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with both, Andrew Garfield told me, McGuire, like, we see these figures, and again, it's something that we've been requesting for the longest time, and we were hoping that would come. We knew it was going to come. I mean, come on, man, we knew it was going to actually happen, but when, we didn't actually know. So to see this actually announced, I was extremely ecstatic. But one thing dawned on me, that I had talked about these things so much that I completely forgot about the integrated suit and whether or not I even want it. Like, seriously, I still have it on order, but I was like, do I even want that suit anymore? But I know I would have to have it to complete, the set.
Yeah, the whole thing.
But it's like, still, when I look at this version, the integrated suit versus that classic blue and red, no matter what iteration you see from it, I'm just like, to me, I would even wait. I would even go on the lines of waiting until they release the final version that we saw in the film and still pose it with these two, because it would still look great. But I just completely forgot. I was like, man, I forgot that we will have that suit. And do I still want it? And the only push for me was that diorama base that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we didn't, because again, in the film, when the integrated suit was formulated, he didn't use the arms once.
No. Yeah. Or the wings, matter of fact.
He didn't. You know what I mean? So again, but yet and still, I mean, it's still a phonable piece and a good display with the rest of them, Cam. But I mean, since we talked about it, what you think about it since, man?
I'm excited still, man. I think, like you said, I'm probably less excited for the integrated suit, even though I think it looks awesome. I just feel like for people that missed out and weren't collecting during the time when the first Spider-Man dropped, as well as the Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield version dropped, this is a great opportunity for you to get it, if not a better opportunity, because I'm pretty sure the technology they were using then, even with those connectable hands, you're not going to get that now. You're going to get the regular ones that you would get with a different Spider-Man, not the ones that are like cut in half and then you're like attaching half of the hand. It has this weird crease in it. But honestly, when I look at these, I thought when I first saw it that, okay, these were like the originals and they just put the originals in the photo to just do a photo for it. But obviously you can tell even height, distance, they are all different, So saying that, man, I'm excited, and I'm definitely getting all three. Even though Integrated isn't my favorite, I think the Amazing Spider-Man one, Andrew Garfield's my favorite so far. But I'm excited, man. I'm getting all of them regardless.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Let's go to Lumi next. Lumi, what did you think when you saw this announcement?
I thought these are really cool. The only one I would probably get is Tobey Maguire, since he is like my favorite.
Yeah.
I grew up with him, so. But yeah, I think they look really good. And you guys can tell, y'all are so deep into Spider-Man, y'all can tell like the nuances and everything. Like, just give me Tobey Maguire, I'll be fine with it.
She said, I'll just take Toby and I'll let y'all rock with everything else. Yeah, because Spider-Man aficionados over here. I mean, it's just the way it is. You know how it be. Ben, like seriously, when they made this announcement, it was crazy because I was like, you know what? I can picture Ben dressing up as J. Jonah Jameson and shooting a video for it.
You're fired. I'm excited because, as I've explained when I've come on this channel before, I'm a newbie to the game. I've only been collecting the last couple of years, and I missed the boat on when these came around first time, and for me it's that fresh opportunity to kind of get a figure that's hopefully going to have kind of updated technology and stuff, so it will be better, but also get it at that retail price, which obviously is harder to kind of do these days. I will only be getting Garfield though. Just because I hate that integrated suit. I've never been a fan of kind of how much the kind of Tony Stark is lent into the narrative, kind of relies on Tony Stark so much for that Tom Holland version of Spider-Man, and that's always never been kind of my favorite thing about that iteration. But that Andrew Garfield suit for me, I remember when they first released, I think it was like a promo image, and it was just from the side, and you saw those great big eyes, and for me that, I mean, it's very reminiscent of like when Todd McFarlane kind of came on and drew Spidey and stuff, and so that's kind of my favorite version. But this might be a free pack, and if it's a free pack, I'm out because I can't justify that, unfortunately. So I'm really hoping it is individual. Hey, if we get Andrew Garfield and Paul Giamatti Rhino, please. Just put Paul Giamatti in a tracksuit. That's all I want.
Because I remember Hot Toys they were gonna put out that Rhino, and they never did. So that'd have been interesting if they did something like that, man. But I mean, out of both the suits, I think I look at Andrew Garfield's iteration, and I'm kind of drawn to that a bit more. Because of the accuracy. Not saying that both of them aren't. I love, but I'll get both. I mean, definitely I'll get both. But that integrated suit, I'm still on the fence about. I don't know. Shane, what did you think?
I'm about to offend some people.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Put on the
yourselves.
plot armor.
Okay. Do you know the way like I'm a big Dark Knight fan, and Anthony is not a big Dark Knight fan, but we're still friends, and he invites me on the stream, and no one gets emotional about it, and it's kind of amicable and everything. So I'm just going to say my opinions on these, and I know that people in the chat, like, no one's going to get emotional about it, but I don't like the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire movies. I struggle to get through them. I really I really cringe my way through them, to be honest. parts of number 2 I do like. Andrew Garfield, the first Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, thought it was all right, but again, wasn't sold on that. And this isn't like, you know, I'm 40 next year. I grew up with the Tobey Maguire and obviously the Andrew Garfield. And then when Tom Holland came along, I went, oh, another Spider-Man. Personally, he's my favorite Spider-Man. I think he's the best version of it. I think they got it right. I completely disagree with Ben in the sense that I love the fact that Tony Stark came along and plucked him out, and we didn't have to go and see the same iteration and origin story for the third time. I really like that. We know his uncle died, and the twist they put on in No Way Home, I was like, wait a second. Did his uncle die? I thought that was a fresh take on an old tale. And also, I have read the comic books. Out of all the Marvel superheroes, I have read more of Spider-Man comics, the origin stories, the first appearance. I'm not an expert, but more of that character than anyone else. So again, it's just a personal opinion. I thought they nailed it. And I think now that hopefully he signs on for another 3, we might get to see him stand on his own 2 feet. I think his first trilogy was an origin story, and now he's taken out the sewing machine. He's making that beautiful shiny blue and red suit. So am I getting these? I got a first world problem here. My favorite Spider-Man is that one behind me. If you put me full screen, you probably heard me say this before, is that Spider-Man what's it? Homecoming Deluxe. This one here, for a few reasons. Because it's black and it's because it's red and blue. It has the kind of the classic look. I know it's not like 100% comic accurate, but it still has it harkens to that classic look. The blue and the red, and I just love it. Has all the gear as well. The hoodie and the blazer and the headphones, the science book, the backpack, and it doesn't look bulky. You can take me out of full screen now. I just wanted to point out that because that's my
I'm gonna keep it here.
You got focus on focus right.
Okay, really, really quickly. Then I bought the upgraded suit and I liked it so much, but I wanted to pose it with the drones because I got the drones as a Christmas present. And I was like, right, I bought another upgraded suit because I was like, right, I'm going to go to town with this. I'm going to take a leaf out of Loco Lou's book and pose it up on top of the drones and just leave it there and don't worry about the suit. And I have the Iron Spider as well. That's 4. I'm a sucker for battle damage. So when the battling version came out, especially the way you have the head sculpt, the mask sculpt, and then the half mask sculpt, and the battling version, and that cool base that could be used with anything, that was as close to Topo. I didn't do Topo, but close enough. When I see these 3 now, if I get the 3 of these, then I have 8. Like 8 is a lot of Spider-Man, and I'm not like the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world, although I do think No Way Home, in my own opinion, was the best Spider-Man film I've seen to date. Gotcha. And to have that kind of representation, the 3 of them, maybe have them in 3 different landing poses, and I actually love the integrated suit. I love that pop of gold. It's very like reminds me, I think it's like Civil War. I think it's Civil War. They have the gold spider on it. I think it really, really harkens back to that. And as much as I'm not a fan of Toby and Andrew, I love the fact that they didn't just do a token cameo. They respected the character. Andrew Garfield got his redemption. I had a lump in my throat. Tobey Maguire came out there looking like a cool youth pastor. And the 3 suits, they look great. They look great. And they will pose together, whether you're doing the meme or the 3 landing poses or some sort of dynamic pose. I just don't know. Do I like it enough to commit to buying all the 3 of them? However, if I was getting the integrated suit, I wouldn't be getting the one with the base because I'd be like, right, if you're doing this, you're posing them together, you can take the hit in the base. The base is about $100. The difference between the deluxe version with the base and the integrated suit and the regular one, it's about $100. So I'm not ruling this out, but I'm just saying it's kind of overkill for me with Spider-Man, like, you know. So yeah,
gotcha.
I'll stop talking now.
So here's the thing for me. And being a fan of pretty much all of the films that were released, whether it was Andrew, Toby, or Tom, I have an appreciation for them all. The reason why I like Sam Raimi's style, and why I like Spider-Man 1 and 2, I like how the cinematography was done, where it looked exactly like I was looking and reading a comic book. The way it went from scene to scene, just even the dialogue, it just reminded me so much as if I was reading the books. Even took me back to my old school Spider-Man and Amazing Friends television show. You know what I mean? I just like how it moved from frame to frame when it comes to that. And Spider-Man 2, with Alfred Molina. He killed it as Doc Ock. I loved his version of Doc Ock. I love what we got. And I just loved how the scenes were. With Andrew Garfield, I love the emotion that he brought to the character. One of the funniest scenes for me, one of my favorite scenes is when, he was saying, he told Flash, put him down, and he just called him Eugene. I died when I saw that, because I was like, yo, he just called him Eugene in front of everybody, bro. It's just funny. But I just love the emotion that, and bro, like, I mean, even with Spider-Man 3, when Gwen died, and you saw him crying, and you saw him at the funeral, bro, tell me, I don't care who you are, if that was an emotional moment, like, literally, I love those scenes. So I have it appreciate. And then with Tom Holland, yes, I like the simple fact that we didn't get the same iteration. We didn't get basically the harken back to the story. We got something totally different. And again, it was just, I think that they tied a nice bow on it with No Way Home, where we got multiverse, the multiversal versions of these characters, where you now understand that they're from totally different universes, so many different realities, brought them together, and we can understand and appreciate the characters together. And we know that they're out there. So each of them can have their own origin story, and the possibility that we'll be able to see some of these characters again, because out of all three of them, I want to see another Andrew Garfield film. I do. Yeah. I think he needs his film. He deserves his film.
He's not just a great actor. He's a great liar as well.
Yeah.
Because if you remember all these interviews he was doing up to the movie, he was like, sorry guys, I wasn't in the movie. I'm not in the movie. Yeah. And I believed him. I was like, oh damn, he's not in the movie. Yeah. And then I saw it. I was like, that dude is never going to be in the relationship, because he is the biggest liar I've ever seen in my life.
But you know what?
I was thinking the same thing.
But did you see the interview where he explained it?
Yeah.
He said basically, no, I was not in the film. He said, but Peter Parker was. He said, yes, Andrew Garfield wasn't in that film, but Peter Parker was. So it's like he didn't lie, just from a certain point of view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I did like that explanation and how he put that together. That was crazy. I loved it.
And you know what, Lale?
Yeah.
You know what, Lale? I have to say, the emotional side of things, if I'm watching like The Amazing Spider-Man, I'll always connect with the emotional aspects of films like that, and that I definitely 100% the watching No Way Home, and when Andrew stepped out and we saw it in opening night, myself and my girlfriend, the cinema lost their shit.
Yeah, they did.
Irish audiences, we clap at concerts and we clap at plays and we clap at musicals. We do not clap at the cinema. But my God, it was something special. And they definitely, how well they handled those characters and gave them respect, it did make me appreciate those renditions more.
Yeah.
I definitely did. And I have to say, I agree with that Bleared Dad Life. That catch and MJ says, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, God."
Yeah.
If that didn't hit you in the feels, man, you're not human.
Yeah.
Like,
It was so many elements to this film that hit me majorly. Even seeing all of them together when they finally came together and they were flying, and you see that Toby, being like the OG, was the anchor when he actually slung the web on both of them and have actually helped push them along. Mm-hmm. It was like, I've been doing this the longest. I kind of know, but yes, I'm just going to help out. And it was just the team that was like, seeing that, I paused it, even like watching it on TV now. And I'm like, that is so amazing. I never thought in a million years I would see something like this. So definitely
the moment where Holland is stood in front of that giant screen of J. Jonah. Like, for me, that's one of my favorite moments in any Spider-Man film ever, because it honestly felt like a panel in a comic. Like, you're reading J. Jonah's speech. You're seeing, the composition of it all. It was stunning.
It was such a beautiful scene.
It was battle damage as well, and he was like beat to shit. Like,
it was so Loco, man. What you think about this, bro?
Oh man, you know me. I'm getting all these Spider-Man. Unlike everyone else who were able to get the early renditions of Spider-Man, I was late to the game. I always started getting into it when I saw Scarlet Spider in the mix. And once I saw Scarlet Spider, I was like, damn it. Because he's my favorite Spider-Man rendition of the costume and his whole story arc of him becoming his own individual person and not being a carbon copy. He had to separate himself. So I think that's just the Gemini in me. You know, I gotta like take the two sides of me and put them together to mesh it into one person kind of, you know, thing. But that's different. You know, I'm loco. Don't mind me. Anyway, back to the Spider-Man. I didn't get into the films because I'm like, man, I'll stick to my Marvel Legends. I can afford it. And then once I started, you know, growing out of Marvel Legends figures and going into Hot Toys, I'm like, I hope they give us reissues, man, because I don't want to go backwards. These bodies do not hold up. The plastics are a little brittle on the ankles, and the tailoring may be a little stretched out if I get it secondhand. If it's glued in a specific manner, it just looks off. Like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man has like glue splotches everywhere, and it just looks awful. Now, the fact that we're getting our OG Spider-Man from the films, our second generation Spider-Man in the films, and a third in one movie was awesome. And just to have those three conglomerate just recreating the final battle is what I like to display, what I want on my shelf. So I'll have my MCU variation of Spider-Verse, and then I have my comic book rendition of Spider-Verse because I'm all in for Spider-Man. Granted, he didn't use the spider arms in the film as far as like the integrated suit version of it. And I think there was a reason why. They did a lot of editing, and somewhat along the lines, they said, let's remove the arms and take away the shine of just having to deal with the arms and just focus on Spider-Man being Spider-Man, period. Because the extra arms over there, that's all, you know, Tony. That's extra Tony. You know what I mean? This is not about Tony. This is about Peter being Spider-Man. And this specific Peter Parker is a team player. You know, he knows how to be a part of a team. He knows how to, you know, like play football, so to speak. Remember the Infinity War glove, you know, the gauntlet? It's something he knows. And just seeing these three together on my shelf is going to be phenomenal for me. I'm a geek out. I'm a hardcore Spider-Man fan. I have a few omnibuses here and there. I got tons of trades. And for colors, being that this Spider-Man has black versus the dark blues that all the other ones started going for, they all had the similar thing, which is I'm going to be bright red and bright blue and then just go down to more muted colors.
Yeah.
I hear an echo. You guys good?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. So
yeah, it's a slight echo, but I hear you.
Yeah, that just happened out of nowhere. But basically the suit is going back to his first appearance, which wasn't blue, it was black. When you see it in Fantastic Fantasy 15, he's red and black. He's not red and blue. And I thought that was awesome. But still, it's an amazing time to be a Spider-Man fan. I need to have all these in my collection, and I want these to be like the showstopper of everything, because I'm going to have my Endgame stuff, my Spider-Man stuff, and my Spider-Man stuff is going to be massive, and that's going to be the centerpiece where I can have all three generations of Spider-Man in one shelf fighting the Sinister Five, aka Sinister Six, because I'll throw in Mysterio or somebody else in there, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's a must-have.
Yeah, it definitely is a must-have. And I want to pull something up here. You know, this is mainly for, I'm pulling this up really quick for you, Ben, because I want to give you some hope. Because
it's gonna be all right.
We know that Hot Toys has a way of doing certain things. When they give us Cos babies, normally that's a preview of what's to come.
There you go.
Okay?
There you go.
Yes.
So what I want to actually show you is this.
Yes.
Yes, please.
See that?
You're almost there.
So,
Almost there.
We're almost
So
there,
close.
bro.
So close.
There's a possibility.
I
like
can smell it.
there is a possibility that they would. Now, what would you say, or what would you do if they basically gave? Because there's a way that they can do this. They can give us a couple of swap out arms, swap out head sculpt. They can give us attachments to the leg as a diorama base to give the semblance of sand. So there's so many ways they can do that and still stay true to the character. So I think, Ben, there's hope. Yeah. There's hope, bro. There's definitely some hope out there. So I
pray for Sandman, everyone.
Pray for Sandman, man. Definitely.
But I'll say a prayer for you, man. I'll say a prayer. Seeing as I reigned in your parade during one of my reviews during the week.
I want to pull
for
this
your
up.
sake. I hope it comes.
Thanks, man.
I want to pull this up right here.
There they are.
Pull this up. I'm pulling this up.
Lael, just before you go into that, there, I think Maz. I'm not sure if you heard Maz. His Instagram got hacked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
He had some great photography. He's like 4,000 followers up there. I'm not sure. I resubbed. I refollowed today, but I'm not sure exactly what the handle is. So if Maz is still in the chat, or if someone knows it, if you could share that. And yeah, you should, if you haven't done so already, refollow his new Instagram page. Because obviously, he's got a lot of good photography up there, and he worked very hard to get it where it was. And unfortunately, it was hacked yesterday. I think Luminara, you sent me the live stream yesterday. I believe that he did explaining what happened. But yeah, look, just if anyone has that, or if Moz in the chat wants to, oh yeah, you got it. So it's Moz_toy_box. That's the new one. Is that right, Luminar?
Yep.
Brilliant.
That's
cool. Yeah,
that's the new one. Yeah, he was hacked, and it's just a shame that we got people there that just got no life. You know what I mean?
And it was a crypto scam then as well. Like it's
it's no life.
Yeah, like it's again, it's just not only it's bad for crypto as well. It just kind of like reinforces the stereotype. Like
yeah.
And Instagram needs to control that. Like literally, they need to control these scams. There needs to be something set up in place. Now we always get these notifications about changing your password. I do anytime I do it. I just change it because I don't want any. I change it every so often anyway, because that's the only way that you can slightly protect yourself. But again, like I said, I mean, as always. Do subscribe to Maz's new channel. His new page, his Instagram page, and getting back up to where he needs to be. If you haven't already, do that, and we'll definitely share the link later on again as well. But yeah, I'm going to dive in because this announcement happened last night. This came up last night. It was crazy because we were on
Mafia's channel.
And all the there was a lot of things going on, a lot of festive things going on, but we won't even jump into that. But this was one of the things that actually popped up when we had the conversation about we were talking about Star Wars, what to expect from not only May the 4th, but even going into Celebration. And one of the biggest things that came up was C-3PO. Are we going to get a C-3PO? And while we were talking about it live, I think it was who was it? Who was on? Who it was? Flex was talking about it. And when he was talking about it, immediately after that, this popped up: Star Wars 20th anniversary, Attack of the Clones from Hot Toys, and immediately we saw C-3PO and we saw R2. And our guess right now, from what we know, is that it's going to be a 2-pack. Hopefully. We can't say it will, but it would make more sense if it was.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. Did you see the picture that Boston posted where he lightened it up?
Well, I'm gonna show you some more pictures.
Okay. Right.
I'm gonna show you some other pictures in a minute. I'm gonna show you.
He's just teasing the audience.
This is like the beginning. I'm sorry. I'm pretty much I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you some more pictures. Mafia shared pictures. He shared some pictures with the group. So shout out to Mafia. I'm gonna pull those up in just a minute. But anyway, knowing this, here's the thing. We know that people want the OG version. Everybody wants the gold version of it. And I think, honestly, that is going to come. That's going to come. We're going to get that. But so help me God, I am getting this piece. I am getting both pieces, if it's a 2-pack, I am getting both C-3PO and R2 because, come on, they are staples of the genre, of basically the IP. And to not have them together is it's a travesty. I have to have these pieces. I am going to get this, and it gives me hope for what else is basically coming, especially with the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. I am super duper uber excited about this. But yeah, I can't stress it enough. Kim, I'm gonna save you because I know that I'm gonna save you for a little bit later. We're gonna get you discussed because I know
that's good. Yeah, skip me. That's fine because you know mine gonna be short.
I already know your stance. I'm not gonna skip you, but I'm gonna come back to you. But
that's cool.
You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to filter through because we got you, we got wild card, we got the wild card of the bunch on here with Shane. So is this going to be tough to kind of figure out how? But anyway, I'm gonna start with you, Lumi. What did you think about this when we got this announcement last night?
I think it's really cool. I love like the 90s trilogy. Like that was my first Star Wars I knew.
Mm-hmm.
So getting these guys would be great. We also need that Padme, so hopefully that's coming up in the pipeline. But I think they're really cool. Are these going to be die cast or just plastic?
Hopefully, I'm hoping it's die cast. It would make so much sense for it to be die cast. Please don't give us that plastic sideshow iteration because literally it is please don't do it because I was going to pull that trigger and I'm so glad that I didn't. But please don't. But I am super uber excited about this, man. I think it's going to be die cast. If you ask me, I believe it's going to be die cast.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be nice. That'd definitely be nice. Ben, when you saw this last night, and before we get to you, Ben, we got a $10 super chat by 6 Scale Padawan. We've wished this 2-pack into existence. Will we get a flight poll for R2? I would love to see it. I would definitely love to see it, or I'd create one of my own. Damn it. We'll see how it happens. But
he has the
Ben,
trusters.
Yeah, definitely. Ben, what did you feel when you saw this?
Well, it's an interesting one for me, isn't it? Because I've just bloody bought the sideshow one a couple of weeks ago, and I literally placed my order for R2 like days before this as well. But I will say that I'm comfortable with my decision because if this is coming out as a 2-pack, if it's die cast, that's going to be some dollar, people. As much as we all love it, I think that will cost quite a lot. And also the kind of versions that I wanted, and I was very specifically wanting R2 and 3PO and the original trilogy versions because I kind of wanted that timeless, something that represents Star Wars better than anything else. And to be honest, I think it's either Vader, a Stormtrooper, or 3PO and R2. So the sideshow ones are they're the original trilogy version, and I'm kind of okay with that for now. But if Hot Toys turn around and do an original trilogy 2-pack, then we'll have another conversation. However, I love this kind of design of the kind of rustic, half finished 3PO as he's kind of, slowly building up in terms of kind of the materials on him and stuff from episode 1. What we need in this pack, above anything else, is a battle droid head to go on top. So that we can have that moment. And if they are releasing a Kit Fisto Hot Toys, then perfect. There you are. You have your display right
you
there.
Have your display. You definitely do.
You have 3PO there with the battle. Die, Jedi, die! Yeah. Give me that all day long. But no, I'm excited. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the only announcements we're going to get before Star Wars Celebration will all be based around the anniversary of Attack of the Clones. So I think we'll get this. I think we'll get Padme, and maybe Kit Fisto and or Mace.
Maybe a Mace.
I think Mace is more important than Kit Fisto for pretty much everyone other than me, because I love Kit Fisto. But yeah, so I think that's maybe what's going to happen, and then Cad Bane and everyone else might be kind of shown at
that celebration
maybe.
You can't have Jingo without Mace though, so
that's what I mean. And if they do release some battle droids maybe as well, you know, that's shaping up for a really nice display. That
a dope display.
For me, Attack of the Clones like holds a very special place in my heart, because I was still a teenager, like, you know, and the moment where, you know, Yoda bowls up with the clone troopers and we get like a ton of Jedis, like that was a bloody Star Wars nerd's wet dream right there. And, you know, so yes, you know, when we watch the film back, the acting's terrible, the script's terrible. Like, there's, you know, it hasn't aged well, some of it, put it that way. But, you know, in terms of as a Star Wars fan, to kind of see the world building and that kind of, you know, it was just incredible. So yeah, I'm excited for this wave of releases for sure.
Definitely, man. Here's my thing though. Damn it. They're using that stupid ass sand base again. Please.
They're always on Tatooine. I'm telling you,
man. That sand base.
The thing is, they were on Genosha, and the sand is a different color on Genosha.
Yeah, it's still sand.
I know, but
I
understand that they're using that sand base, but the footprints, they're using the same generic. Listen, okay. Beggars can't be choosers. We're getting C-3PO, and I'm fine with it. I'll just leave it at that. We're getting this figure, but here's the thing. I will believe it when I see it up for pre-order. That's when I believe it.
This is going to happen.
Where are these pictures from?
It's going to happen.
I don't know, because I have to credit this to Mafia, because he's the one that actually put this up. So whoever else discovered these, this just lets me know that there's more to come. There's more that's out there that will come. Oh, look at this.
Okay. Sideshow.
Look at this.
Sideshow's pulling my money.
Look at this. Wow. Are we getting snips? No,
yeah,
Mafia,
we get snips.
I don't want to see that. Yeah, so we are getting snips. Okay, so I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. Yeah, we will see that. But yeah, this is gearing up to be a great month for Star Wars, and I'm excited about it. Yeah, we got that sand base, but I can work around it. But then we also got R2. And the accessories that actually come with R2, we're seeing more with this figure. If you look right here, you see all the accessories that we actually get with this figure. I'm hoping they keep with the tradition of it being die cast like that, because I missed out on that other die cast version. So I would definitely want to get this piece. I'm so super duper excited. I'm gonna go with you, Loco, next, because I'm gonna say Cam and Focus. Because I know focus, man. It's like this. It's like, come on, 7 with your bad ass. Damn, I didn't get. So it's just like basically just to wait and see how that's going to be. But yeah, Lou, what you think, brother? What you think,
bro? This is a pleasant introduction. Yeah. Not even an intro. I can't even say intro, because how many times they tease us with a CP3O? They showed us a shiny.
Well, you basically say the name right. Say the name right. It's C-3PO,
man. I was waiting for him to catch it. He caught it. Because I say
P3PO or CP.
CPP.
3 CPO.
CP3O. Okay. I catch everybody. They're like, it's not his name. CP3O.
No.
See. Exactly. No. Listen. I'm dyslexic. Leave me alone. Listen, I'm dyslexic. Leave me alone. Okay. Anyway.
I got you.
But back to the figure at hand. All jokes aside, having this as a 2-pack is great for the community, is great for everyone who's a Star Wars fan. These guys are the Abbott and Costello of Star Wars, if you will. You know, that Bert and Ernie of Star Wars. You can't have one without the other. You need them as a 2-pack, and to have them, you know, battle damaged and looking all rustic and whatnot. This is a must-have for any Star Wars collector until they give us the shiny. Once they give us the shiny, then we're good. Because remember, we seen this guy also with the red arm. We seen him, you know, looking, you know, okay, but a little beat up, and now we see him like really beat up, you know. And we also need a version of him in pieces with Chewie. I stand. That has to be a 2-pack. It has to be. It must come. We need another Chewie, because those 2 Chewbacca's is like having 2 different types of dogs. I do not want dogs. I want Wookiees. Wookiees.
So let me ask you a question. Because I'm looking at this piece right here, and because I just want to look around here. I'm looking at both of them. Because I was looking at the neck on this piece. Does it look a bit thin? Like right here?
Yeah, it looks a bit thin. But, you know, I think they're going with it's a droid kind of, you know, thing. And maybe we can get the attachable piece of the battle
swap
droid.
out.
You can
get that swap out.
I think Ben had spoke about it earlier. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm with it. You know what I mean? Give us extra accessories. Give us something to add to it. You know, little accessories like that, just add to your display. You know what I mean? It's like one day you have the 2 together, then you have him holding a blaster. It's like, die. And then just like my headphones, it comes off. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a great addition. It better go up on pre-order soon. It better. It better. And
May the 4th. We got that coming this week. So
because I have not pre-ordered anything other than Mando stuff, like, you know, Luke Skywalker and you know, Chrome Mando. Those are the 2 that I actually have on pre-order. So I'm just little payments in there. But those are my mains. You know what I mean? So having this though is gonna have me go backwards and start collecting backwards. And I'm happy that this is out, because everybody's, you know, up in arms. Where's our C-3PO? Where is it? Where is it? You know, you teased it for so long, gave us different iterations on San Diego Comic-Con, and we still don't have one. Not even one. And, you know, everybody loves battle damage. So it's like, okay, we're going to throw you the battle damage one. And you're going to have people complain, oh, it's not the clean one. We need the clean one. You like battle damage so much. This is why I say be careful with what you say, because the next thing you know, we don't need all this electricity effects. Next thing you know, you're going to get a figure with no effects. You're just going to get a bunch of hands, and everybody's going to be like this. Man, they don't come with enough. That's why you have to be careful with what you say. They do listen to us. If we want the most for our buck, give us everything possible. So give us droid heads, give us a blaster, give us, you know, all the bells and whistles. Even a flight stand for R2. Come on.
And I think here's the thing, bro. Like, I mean, I'm happy with this. You know, I'm happy that we're seeing this. You know that I'm happy because it gives me hope for the other version. And sometimes, like I said, I mean, patience is a virtue. Like, we got to be patient about it. When it comes, it comes. I'm just happy that, you know, we're getting this version. I'm happy that I'll be able to get my hands on another R2. You know, especially the diecast version of it. I'm happy, and I'm also happy because it gives me hope for other figure, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Cam.
Right. That's basically how it would be, right? So I've been watching a lot of Star Wars lately. And I'm still not getting the figure, but I do like it though. It would be great. Yeah. I'm like, you know, listen, I already know once I dip and dabble into Star Wars, I'm in trouble, you know? So I think it's amazing for anyone who didn't like the version that Ben had. Ben, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure you'll
leave Ben alone.
He's like, oh, that's annoying. But I think it's great, you know, that this 3 CPO is coming out, and I think it'd be even better if it is diecast. That'll just add more value to the product that you have.
Did you just say it like Loco did just now?
Who is this 3CPO?
You say it just like you just repeated the same
thing. That's all I have. I was like, let me just repeat what he said, then I'll have more to say. I told you could have skipped me. You could have skipped me. I was like, I ain't got much. I ain't got much.
C-3PO. That's how it is, right?
What did I say?
You said
3CPO.
Yeah, it was made in the same factory.
Yeah, that's all good. We're glitching right now.
I got everybody
just
tripping.
Call him. You know what? From now on, you both just call him a protocol droid.
Droid.
That's all. Just say the protocol droid.
No, I have fun doing this because then everybody messes up, and I'm like, yes, I'm not the
Who's next?
one.
Somebody else do it too. So we don't look bad.
Nobody else do it. Nobody else do it.
PC.
He did it.
No, because I'm looking at this. It's in the chat. Somebody just put this in there. PC and 3O. Yo,
PC30.
Yo, come on, man.
Listen. Everybody gets sensitive when I say it. That's why I do it, and I'm dyslexic, so leave me alone. When I say it right, you know what I mean, okay? Because this is a crucial figure. You know what I mean? And Cam, I know you're not gonna get it, bro. I know you're not gonna get it, but you could do what I'm gonna do. And that's get moments in Star Wars if you want to get into it. Just moments in Star Wars that matter to you. And then that's it. Moments.
That would be every moment. And I'd be like, oh, all right. And then I'm toast.
Yeah. It's
pick and choose.
It's pick and choose. But it's good to get your views on it. Just get the damn name. Jay, what's up, man? Like what you think, bro? I mean, we talked about this, quite in detail on the Butthole show, but what do you think about
First of all, I just want to tell everyone here and everyone in the chat that is not a club that we frequent. This
that show. Shout out to Mafia because he handled it well.
He did, man. He didn't break character.
He didn't break character out, and he got rewarded for it. So shout out to him. Because the buttholes were rewarding him with, you know what I mean? So he was good. He was good.
You know what? Anthony was like this. Oh, we got a $2 super chat there from serial killer who's just killed his entire family. He just rolled with it,
He just rolled with it. It just kept going, man. It was incredible. But yeah, it's shout out to Mafia on that, man. That was crazy.
He just rolled it. He just read those strange usernames like a champ.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he did it.
Me neither. Me neither.
I'll take some buttholes on my channel if they're going.
Pause.
Time out.
Pause.
Okay. You can go. Shane. You can go. Hurry up.
Sorry, Shane. Sorry.
I'm going to talk sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I put a super chat there and I asked everyone in the chat just to comment prequels, OT, or sequels, depending on like what 2-pack you would like. So if there was only one 2-pack, what would it be? No one said sequels, but let's be honest. In other news, water is wet. So with the prequels and the sequels, it seems to be that the prequels and the original trilogy, it seems to be that over the original trilogy is the more popular one. Mm-hmm. But there are quite a few people who grew up on the prequels, which is fair enough, and they would prefer the prequels. Now, for me, I don't have a C-3PO or I don't have an R2-D2 in my collection, and I've said multiple times before, when it comes to Star Wars, I collect original trilogy, Mandalorian, and Rogue One. The odd time I'll make an exception. For example, I have Commander Cody because it's just amazing. I'm waiting on the R2-D2 and C-3PO from the original trilogy, and this is the most obvious 2-pack that you could ever possibly imagine. I just think they've given us the one that isn't as popular as what people want. I would imagine the overwhelming majority would prefer original trilogy. I could be completely wrong in that. I know there are people in the chat who prefer the prequels, but I do think the majority of people would actually pick original trilogy and the shiny version. Now, here's my strategy on this. First of all, I just want to compliment these figures. because I love worn, battle damaged, rustic look. They look like they could be out of the original trilogy. Because if you look at the photo, the Brighton photo that I think it's Chris C. When that was released, he took the Instagram post from Hot Toys, he brightened it up, and you could see the panels, and you could see all the dirt and the grime and the oil and everything on him. He did a great job. So if he's in the chat or if he watches this back, very, very much appreciated. They look great. They look rustic. They look like they could be retro, vintage, out of the original trilogy. This is my strategy on this, and I hope people will don't FOMO into this. When do you think, let's say hypothetically, that these are announced and they go up for pre-order on May 4th? Lael, Ben, Luminara, Loco, Cam, everyone. When do you think these will actually be released? I want you all to think. So if it's May 4th, a year and a half. So are you talking like late 2023 then? Yeah, like a Christmas present 2023. Will we say that?
No, I'd say later. I'd say January 2024.
Yeah. Okay, so if you pre-order now and you lock yourself into that, and you commit to that, a lot can change in 18 to 24 months. Wouldn't it be wiser to go, I like this. They do look fantastic, because we've only seen one, kind of shady photo, but they do look really rustic and they look very well. But wouldn't a smarter strategy, what I'm going to do, is not pre-order these and wait until close to the release. And if in that 2-year period, they haven't announced a 2-pack, or even realistically really just need a C-3PO because you could work backwards, then go ahead and get these. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until these are actually released. And if no like shiny original trilogy C-3PO has been announced, then I might go and get these. Also, it's worth noting that when the Empire Strikes Back turned 40 years, they did a 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back series. You had your Vader, you had your Lando, the Snowspeeder Luke, the Boba Fett. Return of the Jedi is 40 next year. That's 2023. So somewhere in 2023, they may just announce an actual C-3PO, because I think a lot of people out there want the shiny one. So I think these look great. I'm delighted they're there. They're very iconic. And I don't think the layman is going to notice the difference. The layman, like I've got the IKEA Mills bow down in my my living room. There's 8 sections in it. Just in case you haven't checked it out, if you're a trooper collector, the latest video I put up was I took all my troopers away from my details behind me. I put them into this IKEA Mills bow down below. There's 8 sections. My vision for that is that I will have 8 iconic characters that no matter who you are, you walk through my front door, you come into my living room, doesn't matter if you're into sci-fi, comics, ending, you're there going, oh, that's Batman, that's Joker, that's Iron Man, that's Spider-Man, those iconic characters. C-3PO and R2-D2 will fit in there, and these versions would fit in there. No one's going to go, oh, they're not the original trilogy ones. You know what I mean? These look great. Personally, my strategy is I'm not going to go near these until they're released, and I'm just going to wait out the next 18 months to 2 years and see if we get that shiny C-3PO, or maybe a 2-pack from the original trilogy. So that's where I'm at the moment. But these look great. I'm happy they actually did this, but I think people wanted the other ones. Personally,
that does make sense, Focus, because when the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, which he was shiny in Revenge of the Sith, that will be around the same time, so they can just say releasing it for both of those.
Yeah,
he was shiny in Revenge of the Sith.
Like I really want. I think it's 1983. Return of the Jedi came out. Next year's 2023. That's 40 years, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, like that's what I'm looking for. I'll tell you one thing that will bother me. Sorry, just before I know I've gone on a bit, but what will bother me is it's only a slight thing. It's a first world problem. Like these do look great, but the little thrusters on the arms of R2, they weren't in the original trilogy, I believe. And when he took off in Attack of the Clones, I just went, oh my god! I threw my eyes. I was like, this is like Fonzie jumping the shark. I didn't think you should ever fly unless he's in the back of an X-Wing personally. But again, that's personal preference. Maybe people love that.
I liked it. I liked it because the thing is, we're showing the ingenuity of R2. Number one, real quick, we got 114 people in the chat or actually watching today. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Do that now. What I liked about this, here's the thing. With me, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I've always have been. I take the good with the bad, even though I didn't like what they did with the sequels. I'd still take good from it, certain things from it, good elements that I actually see from it, and I try to basically weed through them all. The prequels, to me, I appreciated it because, number one, it was cohesive. No matter what people say about it, all three films were cohesively done, and I like that. I like the simple fact that we got that, and that's why I rock with it, and I'll continue to rock with it. With this piece, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, yes, we're going to get the shiny version, and we already know that we'll get the gold version of this figure. But this piece, and I'm telling you, because, and I have a feeling it will probably be a 2-pack, it will be sought after. It will be. We know that these Star Wars figures, no matter what, there is a space for them, and they don't last long. Again, if you have this piece, and we already know that they're going to make an announcement with Padme, I have a feeling that we're going to see that, which is basically the next picture I'm going to bring up anyway. But if we know that this is going to happen, this would be a nice set to actually have if you're a Star Wars fan in your collection. Yes, we have been crying for so many years about getting a C-3PO to the point where right now, to me, I don't give two flying Fs what version I get. Just give me one, because the thing is, what if we get this version and we don't get the gold version? You got to think about that. You got to also look at the opposite, that if we get this version, even though we've had body modes for so many different figures that we haven't gotten. You feel me? Like seriously. So if we get
but
this
you know what I'm
version,
saying,
there's a
Leo?
high
Sorry,
possibility that we might not get that gold version. And this would be the only version that's out there that you can get. And here's the thing. People, yes, there are some people out there who like the sideshow version. I do, but I waited because the thing is, I can't trust that body over time. That's the problem that I have. So again, I mean, it's shout out to Ben, because I know you have that piece. But this thing, for me as a fan, I will never ever say no to a piece when it comes to Star Wars. I will have them all, no matter how long it takes. I'll have them because that's my loyalty. I don't have that much loyalty to Marvel, even though I love Marvel figures. I don't have that same loyalty. But with Star Wars, when I saw this, I was like, I'm extremely happy about it. And I know I'll actually have it in my collection. Yes, I'll even get the gold version in time when it drops or when it happens. But this, yes, we know that. Now, here's the thing. I don't pre-order any figures anymore. I stopped doing that. Whenever it drops, once it gets close to the time, I'll have that figure. But again, with this right here, yes, I cannot wait to get it. And if it's a 2-pack, it's all the more. And the thing is, just keep in mind that we're just seeing this right now. We're just seeing these displayed. Who knows what the accessory is going to look like when we get them, but I'm just happy to have it. Super excited. I am super excited.
Leo, do you see my point, though, my logic about, like, maybe there's collectors out there who will just be like, they're getting everything.
Yeah.
But maybe there's collectors, like, personally, if I get an R2-D2 and a C-3PO, they're my one representations of them.
Yeah.
And they're going to be living room material. They're going to be like, no matter who you are, you're going to come in here, whether you're like 10 years old or whether you're like, you know, in your 60s going, oh, that's the two people from Star Wars. Like, I would love to have that original trilogy representation. So, but can you see my logic to wait 18 months? Because you don't know what's going to happen. And like, we don't want to be chrome mandoed. That's it. No one wants to be chrome mandoed.
That's very true. The difference between this, though, is that we're getting the Clone Wars the Attack of the Clones version, you know, versus the gold version that we all know and love. And for me, if we basically get that version, I'm just going to be excited about it in general. I'm just happy that they're showing love to it and we're finally getting one, and they'll have that body mode. You know, they'll have the body mode, so there's no excuse at that point as to us not getting it. So I'm super excited, and I'm also
imagine the conversation if it was episode 1 3PO. That was the first one.
Oh my god!
But you know what? I think people would still be excited because we're finally getting this 3PO in general. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? That's the thing. People just want it.
There's a certain niche in collectors. Like, I'm always going to opt for the battle damage. I've got the battle damage Endgame Thanos. I've got the battle damage Mark 85. I just find it adds more realism because, again, coming back to the electrics conversation, I just find that the battle damage adds more realness and rawness and just looks more character to it. So looking at the one photo we have of these, they've got a lot of oil and dirt and grime and scratches on them, and I think that's cool. Like, you know, so if it is the one representation, it's still going to look good.
Okay, so I got a challenge for you, Focus. Since
really quick though, before you do that, we got a $2 super chat by OG Star Wars fan. When so OG fan with Star Wars with the Star Wars. C-3PO's body is the only sideshow body that doesn't suck. So there you go, Ben. You're good to go. But you're good to go. Go ahead, Loco.
So everyone knows Focus to be the Mr. Clean in the group, always shiny, pristine, Mr. Focus. But he loves the battle damage. I challenge you, sir, to come next week and look battle damaged, like your collection. I challenge you, Mr. Clean, fresh, shiny, to come here and look battle damaged. I'm just saying.
How does one do that? Like,
don't wash for a week.
No. You pull an Amber Heard and put on the makeup, bro.
So here we go. Now, my biggest question and my biggest thing is, again, because I see that with William Owens, he basically said that Padme on the 4th. So that would be crazy if we get Padme released on the 4th. And I'm actually excited about that because we've been waiting on it, and it just bodes well that we might get other figures from the IP. Again, 20th anniversary. I knew that this is the route that they were going to go in. But again, I think that, with them, because we made it a point to realize that, I think we talked about this yesterday. And I think, Focus, you were the one that brought it up. You were one of the ones that brought it up where we got that, Bespin Luke earlier on. You know what I mean? We got the announcement on that earlier on, just like we did like last year when we got some earlier Star Wars. I think, was that you or was that
no, it wasn't me. It was
I think
it was Anthony.
It was either Anthony. It was Anthony, or it might have been Anthony. So so basically we got that announcement of the figure earlier on, but then we started getting all these other releases, other reveals, going forward. And I think that's what they're planning for, May the 4th. And it's crazy because, again, we have May the 4th, and then we also have Star Wars Celebration, which I will be streaming live from. So stay tuned for that. But we basically have both of them, and to see this, I am so excited. But here's my question, and I'm gonna put this out in the chat with everybody as well, and I would be interested to see like what your answers will be. With the simple fact that we are getting the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, we see both R2. We see C-3PO. We know there's a Kit Fisto out there. We know that Padme is actually here. We already have the Attack of the Clones Dooku, which could get a re-release. We have the Attack of the Clones Yoda, which could get a re-release. We already seen basically the prototypes for both the Super Battle Droid and the Battle Droid. We know we'll get some clones, so that's a no-brainer there. So we'll see that. My question is, do you think, and this is for everybody, do you think we'll actually get the Attack of the Clones version of both Ben and Anakin?
And I hope so. Give me a 2-pack. I'll take a 2-pack of them, please, because when I got introduced into Star Wars was a young kid, but it wasn't my cup of tea until later, and I saw Attack of the Clones. I skipped episode 1 and went to episode 2, and that's when you see Yoda pull out the lightsaber. Like I said, this month for my birthday, I'm definitely getting me a Yoda. I'm definitely getting a Yoda. So give me those two. I need those two in a 2-pack or even individually, and give me all the tchotchkes that go with it. You know what I'm saying? Because if she drops, she's a buy 2. When she drops, she's a buy 2.
Yeah.
So bring them. It's Attack of the Clones. Bring them. And hey, I wouldn't be opposed to like a different version of Dooku. Something different, a little rough around the edges, or whatnot. But that's me. That's me, because I don't have any, and going backwards is not wise for new collectors. And I don't want to get into that touchy subject like, oh, it messes with the value of the stuff. Man, it's toys. Okay.
Yeah. And that's how I see it. I guarantee that with this particular figure, with this version of Padme, there's going to be updates, because then we got to think this was like 3 years ago when we saw this. You know what I mean? When this was first introduced, it was years ago when we actually got because around the time we got this was also around the time that we actually saw the prototype for the Bespin Luke, you know, around the same time, and also Kit Fisto. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Kid Fisto and Plo Koon, please. I need both.
Like Plo Koon, please.
Yes.
Kiadi Monday. Yeah.
Kiadi
Come on,
Monday.
man. I would date, you know, Luminar. I would actually take that as well. Even though we have Luminar on.
Yeah, we have a Lumi, but we need another Lumi. We need the other Lumi.
We got it. But yeah, just give them all to me. You know what I mean? But again, we know that they're very selective with the IP. So there's only a few figures that's going to drop. And the few figures are the ones that they deem that have a certain level of importance. But then again, there's still hope for it. I even actually want, you know, and here's the thing, like there's, and I guess we got to basically wait for the you know, 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith to get that, because I super duper want a attack or a Revenge of the Sith version of the Emperor, you know, fighting with the lightsabers and everything. And hopefully with this particular movie here, we do get him. Come on, man, give us a mace. Stop playing. We need a mace. We definitely need a mace, and it's the perfect opportunity to do it. But again, with that question, I want to go around the panel and just see, like, do you think that we're going to see more from this IP than just, you know, the main ones that we've actually seen so far? What do you think, Ben?
I don't know, you know, because with the Obi-Wan series coming out, you know, we're potentially going to get, well, there's not even a potential about it, is there? There'll be an Obi-Wan from that. Yeah. We'll get kind of Darth Vader stroke Anakin from that as well, I imagine, some kind of a reissue on Vader. So I just don't know if we will get, you know, Ben and Annie from this. I really don't. I was just having to think, though. I was kind of like picturing that scene. It was all playing out in front of me, and I was like, I'm a big fan of when Hot Toys kind of do characters that are completely different, you know, aren't in that human form as or whatever. How about some Genosians to actually build that scene, you know? Because whilst there was battle droids and stuff, like there were tons of kind of Genosians in the mix with that as well. So, but yeah, I honestly think as soon as Obi-Wan drops, like it's gonna completely take us into a new rabbit hole, and I think, to be honest, like Attack of the Clones anniversary will probably be left in the dust by that point. So, but yeah, I need this boy. As long, you know, if I'm going to get anything from Attack of the Clones, as long as I get this boy. But I think I said it on the last show. You know, you can easily release Kit Fisto as part of you know, Revenge of the Sith as well anniversary.
Yeah, you can do both, because I think if you look at the robed version, this would symbolize Revenge of the Sith, whereas we saw him unrobed, you know, in Attack of the Clones. So you can, and I think it serves well for both. So you only have to release him once. Even though it's a punk ass move how they killed him, I was like, yo, come on, really? Like that quick? Stop playing.
There's no way. It didn't even make sense. That was my gripe. I was like,
no way.
All of them though, like Plo Koon's supposed to be like one of the greatest pilots, like on the council, and he just got gunned down like a
nah, that's why. And the thing is, Plo Koon which is crazy, because Plo Koon is what is his favorite character is not Jon Favreau, but Dave Filoni. Plo Koon is Dave Filoni's favorite character. And the thing is, whether you know it or not, and people who probably know and have already seen it, and if you've seen behind the scenes, the version of Luke that we got from the you know, the last episode of, you know, the rescue, basically in season 2 of Mando, when we actually got Luke, the storyboard and what they got pictures behind the scene had Plo Koon, so nobody would know. And even Dave Filoni was like, hype about it because he was like, yeah, like just seeing that nobody really.
That was my reaction. I was like, am I the only one who would have preferred that?
Yeah, like that would have been exciting, but then they would have had to go back and explain how he survived Order 66.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, because he was gunned down. Literally the ship was obliterated and blown up, but he could have escaped, but we don't know how.
Another character as well, like because we we'd spoken a couple of times during the show about the diversity of characters. To get some more female characters. What about an Ayla Secura?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's what because there's so many, and come on, man, I want a Shock T. Literally right off the bat, I want a Shock T because it was one of the most beautiful characters I've ever seen on camera. I want a Shock T. Like literally, I would roll with that all day. But yeah, I mean, again, I don't know. There's. Let me ask Wildcard Shane, because when Wildcard Willie isn't around, we got Wildcard Shane. I think Shane is taking more of the Wildcard. Shane, if they release the Kit Fisto, if they reveal the Kit Fisto, now mind you, we're not pre-ordering. We're just talking about years down the line once it is released. Would you get it?
Nope. And again, it'd be one of those figures that I'd be really, really happy for the diehard prequel fans, and that, you know, it'd just be one of those ones that are like, that looks deadly, like that's gonna pop on a shelf. But again, me staying in my lane, like, so that like I kind of admire from afar, because no doubt it would be a cool piece. But I think between May 4th and Celebration, I think over the next month you're going to see a Padme, a Cad Bane, Geonos and Battle Droids. I don't know why they haven't done Battle Droids so far.
Yeah, I know.
And you're going to probably see that L'Oreal Obi-Wan Kenobi with the great hair, and something else from Kenobi. They're my picks. That's what I was just thinking about this for the last few weeks. And yeah, I think you're going to see a Padme. They're going to have that 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones logo on it. Cad Bane from the Book of Boba. That's a no-brainer. Some Geonos and Battle Droids. And then something from the Kenobi show. Again, pure speculation and just predictions and guessing.
Yeah.
Not going to pretend like I know something I don't, because I don't. But yeah, I imagine that's what you're going to get.
I mean, it's just an open window. So let me ask you real quick, Shane, though. Out of the OG trilogy, what figure would you want to see them release? What figure do you want them to release the most?
You mean besides R2-D2 and C-3PO, I presume?
Yeah.
Because you know that already.
Yeah.
It'd be a toss-up between a Return of the Jedi Vader where you can unmask him and see the head sculpt underneath with the scarring.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a Vader in my collection. That's one I'm holding out for.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to do a 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi, and they have the Vader, and you take off the mask and you can see his scarring. That'd be one of my number ones. Or the Bespin Han to go with the Bespin Luke. And I think I would prefer, if I had to choose one, I think I would prefer a good version of the Bespin Han, because I don't have a Han. I'd pick that up because they're going to make Vader's till the cows come home, but Harrison Ford is awkward and he's getting on, and when he passes away, who knows what rules he'll have in his estate, and who has control over that. His dying wish might be no more Star Wars figures, because he did absolutely annihilate one of them live on Saturday Night Live or something, didn't he?
Oh, Jimmy Fallon, man.
Jimmy Fallon.
So pissed.
So I
like,
think
did you really do that? And you can see that Jimmy Fallon's face was like, yo, did you fucking really do that? Like you can see.
There's a reason for that, because those are actual collectibles from people who are working behind the scenes. They brought in their collectible piece and he literally just tore it apart, not realizing how much they cost. And he don't care. He just broke it up in pieces. So, you know, it's like, why would you want to bring something if you know this individual just breaks it right?
I wouldn't trust that man around anything, not even basically the Raiders of the Lost Ark Skull Grail, which the piece I do have. I would not trust him around any of it. Like literally,
that could have been staged, though. In fairness, it could have been a skit as well. It could have been. Yeah. I'm hoping it was, because
I heard down the line it wasn't. So
all right,
that sucks.
Yeah, definitely, man. We got a couple of super chats here I want to actually address real quick. We got a $2 super chat by OG Star Wars when Star Wars, come on, man. C-3PO is about, oh, wait, we read that one. Sorry about that. There's another one here. We got a 99 cents super chat by CP3O. I love that. Loco's crazy.
Look at the image.
The image. Come on, man.
I did it.
That's nuts. We come on, man. That's insane. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, with these again, a Bespin Han is definitely one, and it's been teased. And I honestly believe we're going to see a Bespin Han doing Celebration. I do. I don't know why,
you do
but I
Han
believe
without
it.
Chewie?
Well, I have to put it this way. I still have Chewie from A New Hope. So if they release another Chewie, well, indeed. But if they do a Chewie from Empire, they're going to have to do it with the sack, him with the dismembered or disassembled pieces of 3PO. They would have to do that because that's the most memorable. So I would love to see that, and that would basically complete the trio. You know what I mean? So I would love to get that. So yes, I honestly believe we're going to get a Bespin Han during Celebration. I don't know why, but I believe we will. But yeah, I do believe, with this, we'll definitely get the super battle droids. Upon the collection, we'll see that. I don't know. Here's the thing. Come on, man. They got to give us this clone trooper right here. They really do. They've been playing around for the longest time.
Give us all the flavors. Please.
They have to give us this clone trooper, man. It's been sitting there for the longest time, man. I mean, why they haven't done it yet, I don't know. Now, mind you, this is a version from Revenge of the Sith. We know that. But I don't care. Just give it to us, man. It's Star Wars Celebration, and you might as well just drop all the ones that have been sitting for so long that we haven't seen. Then that Star Wars, that Jedi Starfighter, yeah, that would be a stretch for me, man. I don't believe that they're going to do it, but hell, who knows? Who knows? What we'll see and what we'll get. But I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited for anybody who is a Star Wars fan. I want to pose this question real quick, and especially with Celebration, May the 4th, everything coming up. I want to pose this to not just us, but also the chat. We got 120 people watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you can. It'd be highly appreciated. But my question is, with this coming up, and this is what I'm saying, this is how the community is getting extremely overly congested right now. Because we have Spider-Man No Way Home. We got Marvel. Here's the thing. This is all we have in the month of May. We're still finishing up this Wednesday on Moon Knight. Okay. We have May the 4th this week. We have also Multiverse of Madness this week. We also have Star Wars Celebration this month. This is going to be a highly congested month. Like literally highly congested.
Miss Marvel starts this month as well.
Yeah. Miss Marvel starts this month as well. A highly congested month. Now, knowing that everybody does not pre-order, or some people do, but most of us aren't really in that pre-order stage right now. You know what I mean? We're looking at it like, it's been done. We know that these figures are going to drop, couple years later, couple years out. How would you say, like, now you're going to manage? Because what if, my question is, knowing that we don't pre-order, what if there's that one figure that you have been waiting on for so long and you see it? How do you resist the temptation of pre-ordering, knowing that this is going to be a highly congested month? There's going to be a lot dropping and there's going to be a lot to look at. How do you resist that temptation? And how do you plan for the future? Because here's the thing. We all say that we're not pre-ordering. We're going to wait until these figures are basically dropping. But some of these things, because of how congested it is right now, they're going to be dropping around the same damn time. Some things will be delayed. We still have a lot of our pre-orders or figures that we're still waiting on. Damn it, Loki. I got a feeling that this month we'll probably get Django. I think that I have a feeling that we'll probably get Django this month. How are we going to maneuver around this? And what are your words to the wise? I mean, your words of wisdom to everybody out there who are collecting maybe for the first time, or some people who aren't really, they're kind of struggling between the balance of, okay, should I pre-order? Should I wait, knowing that, this is going to be a month of madness. I still think there's going to be a lot of figures released. We're going to probably see Moff Gideon released this month. We'll probably basically see Django released this month. We know we're going to get, and I know Shane has been waiting for that snow speeder Luke. We'll probably basically see that this month as well. And they did basically show that Anakin on a stat, so we know that there's a possibility that we'll see that. So Shane, how would you tell people to really gauge, a level of responsibility of, number one, knowing that we do collect, but how do we maneuver around this storm that's coming with, pretty much all the reveals of these figures and pre-orders? What would you say?
It's a great question. Okay. I'm going to use an analogy for this one. When I'm at work and I get busy, and if I go through a busy period at work and it starts to get a bit overwhelming, I will do a brain dump. I'll write down every single job that I've got to do on a piece of paper, no matter how big the job is or no matter how small the job is. Maybe it'll be to hold a meeting, or maybe just print out some whatever. It could be like tiny jobs, medium-sized jobs, big jobs. I'll just do a brain dump for like a minute or two on the page. And then I'll rank them as in, okay, what's important? What has to be done now? What is really extremely important? And I will rank them 1 to 30, 40, whatever things are on the job. So with these pre-orders, I would do the exact same thing. I would have a little, just open up like Google Keep, or just like put a little note section in your phone and just jot down, if you want to figure even slightly, like there's some figures you consider like a dopo. I'm using that phrase loosely. Just pop down every single figure you want in a list. If you even half think about it, write it down. So you have this list of your wish list basically on your phone, and then rank it. And every few days, re-rank it. And the ones that you really want, the ones that keep coming off top, 1, 2, or 3, they're the ones you prioritize. And with that, what I would still personally do is I wouldn't dopo. I wouldn't pre-order. I would just commit going, right, I'm going to get this top 3 or this top 5, whatever, they're coming out over the next 18 to 2 years. The other ones you don't need, disregard. And I would time it so that your payment plan ends when they're scheduled for release. That's one option. So if you're a payment plan fan, you could go, right, I want these 3 figures. So they're out, like they've been released now. They probably won't be released until the end of 2023. I'm going to start a payment plan mid-2023. So it should coincide with their release date. Or you could gamble a bit and go, you know what, I'm willing to wait a little longer and see if they'll be dropped down from Hong Kong resellers. But that's what I would do. I would just have that wish list, put everything down, no matter how much you desire, whether it's the figure that you know you're going to get. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. The Batman and Bat Signal Deluxe from the Batman. I'm getting that 100%. Haven't pre-ordered it. It's going to happen. But I don't need to worry about that for at least 18 months. And I'll probably start worrying about that maybe in 12 to 14 months, and I'll smack it on a payment plan because I'm getting chipped away then little small payments instead of a big, massive payment, because the NRDs are dangerous. You NRD and then bang, 2 or 3 figures drop and you are in trouble. That engine light comes on in your car, or your dishwasher gets broken or something, and then reality kicks in. So every single figure you want, no matter how much you want them, a little bit, a medium bit, or a big bit, you pop them down and rank that list and keep re-ranking, and then commit to buying the ones that you actually do want. I think that's the most logical thing to do personally.
That's good philosophy, because again, knowing that the storm is coming, it makes the most sense to kind of plan ahead, especially for this month. You have to definitely plan ahead. Lumi, I'm interested in hearing how you.
Sorry, Leia, just before you go on, I don't mean to be rude now. I don't mean to interrupt. Sorry, Luminara. This is never going to end. As long as Hot Toys is a company, they will want to make money.
Yep.
So in terms of sustainability into the future, you do have to be, pardon the pun, but really focused on what you actually like and what you will like next year or 10 years from now. You should really be buying stuff that like I'm going to like in 5 years time or 7 years or 8 years or 10 years. Yeah. So they're never going to stop making figures unless they go out of business. Sorry, Luminar, I didn't mean to cut in there.
They're not going out of business anytime soon. So yeah.
I was just checking my email, and I have an item processing soon email about my golden armor. Wonder Woman. So I was just about to go on and be like, these companies suck. They take your money and they don't give me a figure for like 3 years. And I've been waiting on this figure. I paid this figure off completely last year, March 25th. And then they were like, oh, it's delayed. And I'm like, what is going on? One thing I will say is make sure you truly love what you are collecting. Don't just get it because you jumped on the hype train.
Yeah.
Also with the payments, make sure you're going to have that money. Don't say like, I've never had it to where like 5 items dropped at once and then I had to pay them all off at one time. I've never had that because I don't collect everything. I'm very like, selective. I'm very selective with my collecting. But just, if you have to give something up for another figure, like, and think about it like this, you have all these pre-orders. What if they're coming out with constantly coming out with more and more and more? You can't just keep collecting those pre-orders. You have to pick and choose. I would just say, just make sure that you have the money. Make sure that, and if it's a figure that you love, pay it off. I know, Leia, you pay yours off. If you know you love that figure, you just
paying it off, get it out the way. Yep, peace. I'm already done, and I don't have to worry about that down the road. I don't. I hate it. I hate doing that. So
if you can pay stuff off, awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just take it one figure at a time. That's how I think about it. I'm finally, hopefully, going to be getting my Golden Armor Wonder Woman sometime this month.
Yeah.
Then after I get it, then I'll think about the next figure I want to get. I just don't want to pile a whole bunch up. Because then you'll be waiting and then you get sad and depressed because I've been waiting on this figure. Like, it came out like December in Japan. It came out in December. And I've been waiting all these months for it. And I've been seeing people's Golden Armor Wonder Woman's in the background. I've been jealous, but now I'm getting
mind you, that's why I have her on the other side so you can't see it. So
thank you for thinking about me.
Very considerate of you.
I don't want you to, you know what I mean? I
almost thought that C-3PO was a Golden Armor Wonder Woman. I was like,
she says
it's a Golden Armor 3PO.
Hell yeah, man. So definitely that's good words of wisdom, man. So I mean, definitely I can't my man Killer Cam. How do you, I mean, because I'm going to switch modes with you because like I said, I know mainly you're a Marvel collector,
right?
But there's a lot of Marvel dropping too.
Bro. No, it is. Yeah. And there's a lot of shows that they're trying to catch up on too. So it's like, listen, it's not going to stop. Like you said,
it's never, and I was on the stream last night, shout out to Robert Meyer Burnett, Midnight Muses every Friday at midnight. And he got a chance at the CinemaCon to see the first 20 minutes of the film. Ooh. And what he said was, yo, if you are a Hot Toys fan, you are about to hurt, literally.
Yeah.
He said, you are going to be hurting. I hope you had your money right, and I got your money up. And did you have your money up? Because things are about to happen within the Marvel Universe. So, again, knowing that we have Moon Knight ending this Wednesday, knowing that there could possibly be a cameo there, we could see another, a version and whatever, right. Knowing that the multiverse is dropping, knowing that, you know what I mean? There's so much happening, bro, to be prepared for. And still, we might even actually see that Miles drop. We did see that on the list.
Yeah.
How do you prepare, bro?
I mean, it's hard because, like you said, the multiverse is here and everything is changing. So it's like all the figures that were here before are probably going to turn completely different. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it's like all the, the Black Panther we knew before might be a new Black Panther now, who's involved in the multiverse, that's going to change as well, so it's difficult, but it can be done, like Focus said, you can always do early payment plans as well.
Yeah.
I do know that, Sideshow, they do have an option, which is one plus about the website, is that if you do find yourself in a bind and you stimulated your wallet, as far as payments coming out around the same time, you can push 2 payments back.
Mhm.
You don't want to get to that point.
Yeah.
So I think you really have to consolidate in your mind your wants versus your needs, you know, which figures that you like versus the ones that you love and that you have to have that are really going to make and break the collection that you really want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, because as collectors, we want it all, but realistically, unless we invented Hot Toys, then yeah, sure, we could probably do that, but not on a normal everyday person's you know, budget and stuff like that. So yeah, I would just say just break it down to really what you want at the end of the day. Because like Luminar said, you know, everybody's collection is different, and you don't want to catch yourself jumping on, you know, the hype wagon.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The hype train is a huge thing, and it's a huge train, and FOMO is a real thing. And you have to be very selective about what works for you in your collection. Don't get what somebody else tells you to get. Listen, let me do this real quick. Man. Don't get. Hold on, let me do this. Don't get what everybody else tells you to get. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: shit is real. Finances are real. You don't have to worry about what the fuck somebody else told you to get. It's your own shit. If you stick to an IP, if you stick to shit, you stick to your own shit. Don't worry about what everybody else is telling you to get, because sometimes people are wrong. They got more money than they can deal with themselves, and they like to throw it away. At the end of the day, they'll be stuck with shit that they don't even want, and they'll get the figure telling you to get that motherfucker, and then they'll sell it probably 2 days later. So
to me for half price.
The only shit that you fucking want. Don't get everything that everybody else tells you to get. Be financially responsible, motherfuckers.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that, please.
Okay.
Clip that. Clip
God,
that.
that's funny.
That's a new intro.
That's the advert for his.
So
that's a new intro, Leo. That's a new intro.
You need to get that in the t-shirt. Be financially responsible.
Yeah. Be financially responsible, because you have to. I'm telling you, it's the real thing out there. So you don't want to oversaturate your collection with things that you don't want, because I'm gonna tell you, there was one figure that I actually looked at, and I don't sell. I don't sell. But last night I was like, yeah, I think it's time for you to go. Because I did. Last night I was like, I really think it's time for you to go. I really don't think you're needed. Yeah, I think it's time for you to go. And I'm really thinking about it. I'm not going to say which one it is, but it's not one of the ones I love. Damn it. Don't y'all think y'all thought it was Generso? So stop.
Generso. It's Generso. You want to give me Generso?
Baby.
You can give it to me. You can give it to me.
Don't even think about it.
Buried with Generso.
Loco.
I mess with him. I know him.
Loco. Get the thought out your mind, bro. Get that out your mind. It's never going to happen, baby. That's never leaving. So please push that to this. If you even think about, if you even say, there's going to be a problem. So don't think about that. Anyway, yeah, I just needed to get that out really quick. Ben,
love
your thoughts, bro.
I'm not going to give any advice. I'm not going to give any advice because I'm really not in the position to do that. The advice you're asking us to give new collectors, I am said new collector. I will tell you about something that I've done recently, and that's cancel some pre-orders, because when I first came into the game, I kind of had the thought that, you know, FOMO and stuff, and you have to pre-order because that's the only way to kind of get the figure. And obviously through kind of educating myself, and I've kind of slowly learned that that's not necessarily what you need to do. So I actually cancelled my in-art Joker, and I did lose some NRD on that. And I'll tell you why, because I just had a word with myself, and I was like, focus, okay? Like not Shane, focus. Not that guy. Focus on what it is that you're collecting. Like, I absolutely love the Dark Knight, and Heath Ledger's performance as Joker is you know, as with all of us, it holds a special place in our life. But I'm not collecting the Dark Knight or any of that kind of Dark Knight trilogy, and I am collecting Suicide Squad, or I've got a couple of those on pre-order. I am, you know, I was collecting Rangers. I am collecting, kind of trying to get C-3PO and R2 and some of the original trilogy guys. So I just had a word with myself, and I was like, focus, damn it. What else did I cancel? I also cancelled the Peacemaker because, yeah, I think I pre-ordered it in a kind of almost like a panic that, right, I'm collecting Suicide Squad, so I need to make sure that I've got that. I'm so sorry. Look, I've cancelled it if it's any consolation. But, you know, I thought to myself, well, that's not even going to get here till what? Back end of next year. By which time Susu Toys could release their own Peacemaker, or another third party might release their own, which, you know, it won't be hard, but could be better. So I just thought, you know, I'll come back to that. So, yeah, I think it's just about understanding your own means. I've also sold some comics recently, because for me at the moment, it's about kind of collecting things that I can appreciate, you know, that I look at and I appreciate every day. And for me, comics just... I own so many comics that just sit there in bags and boards, don't even get read, don't get appreciated. I read online, so it doesn't make sense to have the paper in my room in a box. So yeah, really kind of just have a word with yourself. That's my advice.
Yeah,
sit yourself down and say, right, what are we doing here?
Bro, the way you looked at that camera just now, it was like,
now you look like me.
Yo,
now you look like me.
Yo,
now you look like me.
You just gave us a serious talk. Like, yo, this is how you look. You was like, yo, I said. You just gave us like a Samuel L. Jackson look right just now.
I believe it.
I love that.
I'm rubbing people the wrong way. Everybody's getting loco up in this bad boy. Everybody got a crazy eye.
Loco, take us home, bro. Your thoughts, man.
All right.
Your thoughts.
Hold up. I got Spider-Man here. Move out the side, daddy. Chill. Okay. You know me. I'm a crazy man. I collect anything that I deem worthy in my collection, from Ninja Turtles, movie realization, Star Wars figures, Spider-Man, Deadpool, name it. I probably have it in my collection. Now, the way I budget is different from everyone else because a majority of people here are main stake 6-scale collectors. Now, that's a different price tag compared to everything else. But me, I literally have to be strategic, specifically with payment plans and all that other stuff, because that's the way I budget. It's payment plans. Can I prolong this payment? And PayPal has a payment plan, a 4-week payment plan, but it's a payment plan nonetheless. So depending on how you want to strategize to get your stuff is your strategy. You got to see what works for you. And me being a person who's going to get married next year, I really need to tighten, my budget. But being that Hot Toys is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. And we're going to get all these figures eventually down the line. And some of us may have to sacrifice and collect backwards if we really want it, or be patient and wait for a 2.0 if it gets there. If not, you got tons of people in the community that are willing to help you out and willing to, look out for you. You know what I mean? Like, everyone here knows someone else that knows someone else that's like, yo, I'm trying to let this go. What are you willing to part for it? X, Y, and Z, and you already got it in your collection. You know what I mean? So life takes precedent over this hobby. This is a first world problem. So make sure you take care of your bills, your family, and yourself before jumping into this madness. And Ben, good job on canceling, Peacemaker with no Peacemaker. You don't need that in your life. Okay? You want some tongue action?
Peacemaker.
Listen. You want some tongue action? You want some tongue action? Buy a Venom. He comes with 3. Oh. You're good. Okay? All right? I'm going to leave it at that. But,
Pause.
Yeah. Lick.
Pause.
All right.
Pause.
Good God.
Nah. But real talk. Take care of yourself first. This is, something that you want to play with later. This is a playtime type of thing. You know what I mean? Don't go into FOMO. The only time you should feel worried and missing out is when things go blue screen and things are sold out. Okay? But then again, you got to watch out, because remember what happened with, Mando? Same thing happened with Venom. Same thing. So you just got to be careful, because you never know when they'll pull a rabbit out of the hat and say, oh, no, it's back up. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid unless it's been out for more than a year.
Mm-hmm.
So take your time, Don't rush a purchase unless you absolutely need to have it. This guy's been out for like what, over a year? Am I right, Leo?
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite pieces, bro. I love that piece so much. And you pushed it to a limit that I wasn't willing to do it because of the actual suit. But now I'm thinking about doing it, son of a bitch. So listen. No. Listen.
When you do, stretch the material first, like literally, like play with it. The part that you're gonna pull, right, to get it, heat up and elastic before you even think about posing it, because the suit, if it touches, is gonna have that effect where the paint is gonna crack, increase. I know this for a fact, because you know me, I'll push my toys till it breaks, and I don't care because it's mine. Yeah. But word to the wise, you know what I mean? Wise people know about it. Yeah, definitely, just to be smart about it. But guys, listen to Leo. He's gonna be his new intro. Don't fall for the FOMO. Don't listen to anyone that says buy this now. No, don't. You buy what you adore. Yeah. And you take your time doing it, because all of us who have this collection took time to build. It's not a day one.
Not thing. Something that was overnight. I've been collecting Hot Toys figures since 2014. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
wow, really?
Yeah, I've been collecting since 2014. So again, this a lot of what you see, this long aisle of detail that spans this way around it.
Infinity details.
Infinity details.
You say it like
welcome to Infinity Details.
Leo's basically
Your
got
host
an
will be
IKEA
Leo.
warehouse.
Infinity Details.
Leo, I need to see a room tour. I need to see another room tour, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an updated room tour because I'm rearranging some things and the poses have been different. So now that I got these new figures, I'll probably do another room tour. I would say, actually, no, I'm gonna do another room tour after Celebration because there's a lot going on right now. So I'm gonna do another room tour because there have been a lot of updates. There have been some new figures.
We got to see these dioramas you've been making.
Oh yeah, they're right over there. So definitely you'll see those. I made a complete snow diorama. With some things that I've kind of I've been doing that for the Ahsoka figure. There's a reason why I did it that way, so it's incredible. I can't wait to reveal that. But yeah, there's going to be another tour, man, so stay tuned for that. Everybody, man, thanks so much for the conversation today. It was such a good conversation. I think we rounded out. There was some more. I think that we probably missed some things, but we'll talk about it again. We got time, but definitely a great conversation. Everybody out there, thank you for being with us today. It was such a great discussion, and having you guys on board to make this show what it is so important. And it's 12 o'clock afternoon. You can have these discussions and sit back and lounge and talk about collecting, man. It's just all love. Let me start with you, Shane, bro. What you got coming up on the channel? What you got coming up on your channel? Possibly
just this once. Well, first of all, Leo, I just want to say thanks very much for having me. It's always been a pleasure. I love taking photos of my collection. I love collecting. I love making and editing these videos. But most of all, I love talking to you. I love engaging with the chat. So, basically, tomorrow night I'm going to be on the Jedi Knights Watch with Graham. He's a great guy. And then if you maybe want to check out my channel, if you haven't done so already, go on over to YouTube at 16 Figure Focus and check out that Stormtrooper video. I guarantee you will love it. That's pretty much it. See you in the next one. Good luck.
You have yourselves a whale of a time now. Are you lowering your voice? I'm not lowering my voice. You're lowering your voice.
Yeah. If you haven't already, oh my God, I can't breathe. Who?
I just like making people laugh.
Focus on IG YouTube, man. Wow. Okay. Definitely make sure you have done that. Shane, we appreciate it. Ben, Ben, what you got coming up on your channel, man?
How can I follow that? I mean, firstly, my balls have dropped, so I'm going to sound a little bit like that, guys. No, I posted my review of the Dust Collectibles exclusive Riddler replica card set this week, and also there's a little clip in there of my entry into What If, which is a show I do over on Triple G Comics channel, where we basically rewrite characters from the comics. So do check that out. It's weird. And then I'm going over, literally, in about 20 minutes, over to Hydra Collectibles for his first ever live stream, which is the Geek Retreat. So that's Hydra Collectibles. So I'll be doing that this evening, rather. And yeah, other than that, my Moon Knight Episode 6 review will not be Thursday night because I will be at the cinema, like we all will be, watching the Multiverse of Madness, baby. So it will now be on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. BST. So that's going to be an Episode 6 and kind of season overview review with a panel of degenerates, I'm sure. So do check that out.
If you haven't already, follow my guy, Attention Seeking Geek, on IG and YouTube. Ben, it is always a pleasure to have you here, bro. I'm so glad that
Pleasure
you're
to be here, man.
So glad. And these Sunday discussions are my favorite, man. I'm so happy about that. My man, Killer Cam. What do you got coming up, brother?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me again, man. It's always great to get with you guys on a Sunday and just chalk it up, man. Honestly, it's been great. So I actually have 2 reviews I've been meaning to drop last week. I got super busy this weekend. So the Captain America Infinity War as well as the Star-Lord Infinity War reviews I'm gonna drop this week. And I might have my first live unboxing that I'm gonna do. Supposedly it said Tuesday, so Ant-Man should be here Tuesday.
Yeah.
From the Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I'm looking forward to that. And I meant to give a shout out to Blurred Dad Life. I think you see him in here in the chat. I talked to the guy over the weekend. Super nice dude. His wife actually just finished her last treatment of chemotherapy. So I just want to say shout out to that guy, man.
Shout out to you, brother. Blurred Dad, if you're out there, shout out to you, man, and your resilience. Peace and love to your wife, knowing her recovery. Cancer is a real thing. Again, we have been on this train, F cancer. So shout out to you. Definitely, man. Definitely, man. So yeah, Shane.
That's it.
I mean, my man, Cam. And also, can you basically make sure again that you tell people about the apostrophe and why it's been removed?
Okay, so there's no apostrophe on my YouTube name. So it's just Cam's Collection. Straight up like that. No Cam's apostrophe S, because one, I'm not the kid who's collecting Yu-Gi-Oh. I know y'all been following him. That's not me. Okay. And then this other guy who's collecting Jordans and Reeboks. That's not me either. Okay. So if you're following those guys, they're probably thinking, oh man, I'm getting views. I need to do more. I need to do more videos. Come to my channel at Cam's Collection. Straight up just like that.
Definitely, man.
You'll enjoy
Cam's
it.
Collection. And no more apostrophe. It's Cam's.
No more apostrophe.
Collection.
Cam.
Let's go.
It's grammatically incorrect, but you'll find me on there this way, so it's fine.
Definitely get that going. Lumi, what is going on with you? What you got? Now we know that you're in prime mode right now, but what else you got going?
Well, we have the final flex coming this next Friday. So if you guys have not gotten your flexes in, make sure you get them to Figure Flex Wars hashtag. Get them in by Wednesday, May the 4th. After that, we're going to do our judging, and then on Friday, we'll reveal who has won Figure Flex Wars. So make sure you get those final flexes in. And everybody who's just flexing, just the flex, keep sending them in to Figure Flex Friday. We love to see them.
Definitely. And you know what? Real quick, I'm glad you said that. I want to make an announcement. So some guy, I don't know who you were. You were gracious enough to take your time to go on to the channel and go on to the Figure Flex Friday video to let me know that somehow, I guess I didn't know this, but I'm apparently copying another Figure Flex person who's been doing this for a while. and you said I'm copying. Number one, you didn't even spell copying right. You said coping.
Damn.
Here's the thing. Shout out to whoever's doing it. And I'm happy to see you doing it. But I mean, listen, in this game of content creating, everybody's copying somebody, and they might not even it be subconsciously doing it. They don't even really know. It's out there. Our show is uniquely different because we invite you, the fans, in to showcase your pieces. It's not about us, it's about you. So thank you, sir, for highlighting that. I do, because you're just bringing even more attention to the channel and more attention to the fans that deserve that time. So instead of bringing that to light, show us some of the stuff that you have. Maybe that's how you can shine and have your voice heard instead of putting in there twice and not spelling it right. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Anyway, next, if you haven't already, follow Lumi as always. Loco, what do we got, bro? Ooh, love it. Love
I want
it.
to show love over here. And you don't need to see my face. You see my face everywhere. You already know I'm always going to be with Lael, Lumi on Figure Flex Friday. You know, I'm going to, touch on that real quick. Make sure you hashtag Figure Flex Wars with Figure Flex Friday. So 2 separate hashtags with, you see tongue twister right there. Figure Flex Friday, hashtag Figure Flex Wars. That way you can enter in this final week and make it extremely hard for this panel of judges to vote for the winner. Now, for me, for what I got going, I need to take care of priorities first. You know, family comes first, or, wife, kids, that whole 9, that comes first. I should be posting up this week my Punisher War Machine. I've been delaying for like 3 weeks already. That should be coming up soon. Still working on the editing of that. We got Take Your Position later on today with you and the rest of the guys. And at the tail end for me will be Geeking Out for today. Then tomorrow I'll be with S-Beams on his channel talking Moon Knight spoilers and stuff like that. And then Wednesday usually is, Geeking Out. But since it's May the 4th, I don't know if that's going to happen. That's not my thing because it's May the 4th, unless something big drops. Something big drops, we're going to talk about it over there. Yeah. Nothing's happening Thursday. I think everybody's going to go see Multiverse of Madness, right? So I'm
sorry, bro, but when you're talking, it looks like Spider-Man is talking to us upside down. That's funny. Go ahead, keep going.
Hold up. Hey guys, it's just me chilling. But seriously, Friday, Figure Flex Friday, you already know that's our thing. But matter of fact, we have something else in the mix that we're gonna throw in there, but I'm not gonna say much. I'm gonna let the man in charge, who holds the helm, to make all the announcements. It's his channel. Yeah. But for Saturday, Half Shell Saturday, with our brother from another mother, Brother Cousins. Yeah. Toy reviews on his channel. We're going to be doing another Half Shell Saturday. We're going to be talking some stuff, unboxing some stuff, and everything related to Ninja Turtles. And that's pretty much it, man. That's it. And if you haven't already, you got to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that comment button. Okay? Hit that like button. Hit that comment. Got me pacing over here. You got to hit that like button. Okay?
Definitely. Make sure you do that. Everybody out there in the chat, man. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being part of the show. Shane had to dip out. Food arrived. He had to get him some eats. So definitely, man. Thanks everybody for being here. Shout out to Braden, Charlie the Unicorn. We got Figuristic Parks. We got Latoya T, baby. Thank you for being here. 6 Scale Gallery in the building. Can't wait to have you back on the show because it's going to be incredible. AJ Agruza, channel member, thank you for being here. 6 Scale Gallery, CT603. We got Charlie the Unicorn, El Fito in the building. Let's see here. Real Limey in the building. Thank you for being here. Hydra Collectibles, Malika Mabane, 6 Scale Reviews. Thank you for being here, my brother. We got, let's see here, and that's CAD, cheating ass Dan and Dre. We got Bob Dylan in the building. Matt Makes us here. I know Bob Dylan's going to clip a couple of things. That's what he does. We got Raleigh Reviews in the building. Let's see here. We got Triple G Comics here. Shout out to Maz as well. Now, here's the thing, real quick, though, because I wanted to pull this up real quick so people would know. I think I have it here. So this is basically Maz's channel. It's Maz underscore toy underscore box. So basically, this is where you can go to get the content. Again, pushing back up there, man. What happened was wrong. It was a phallus. It was messed up. And IG, hopefully you can, gain control over that and fix that, because this should not be happening to people who have been working hard to build their channel up. So again, this is Maz's Toy Box channel. If you haven't already, come on, man, let's push him back up to where he needs to be. I am already a member. You should be a member. So definitely follow this channel. Great content, great pieces over there, under reconstruction, but I know it's going to be better than before. So I can't wait. I definitely can't wait for that. But yeah, thank you guys for, and I didn't even pull it up. Sorry about that. I was trying to actually pull it up here real quick. I want to show people so that you're going to the right channel really quick. Here we go. Yep, this is Maz's Toy Box. So you can see right now he is currently at 107. He had way more than how many did Maz have before?
4,000.
Yeah, it's like
4,000.
4,000. He had 4,000 followers.
Instagram.
On Instagram, and all the way down to 107 now because somebody hacked his other page, and that's some bullshit. Yeah, so let's fix that and get this guy back up to where he needs to be. That's bull crap, man, for real. And that's something that should not be tolerated. So again, make sure we get Maz back up to where he needs to be, man, because he definitely deserves that. Anyway, you guys, thank you for basically being a part of this channel. Again, stay tuned for all the great content we got coming up. Again, we do actually have another Figure Flex week, so we're going to actually do another Figure Flex where we can announce the winners of Friday. And then the winners of the Friday show, and then the winner of overall will be announced next Friday. So stay tuned for that. Tomorrow's comic book talk with friends, like Loco alluded to. We have Take Your Position later on. I think that's on Anthony's channel. Also stay tuned for that. Yeah. And then also Say What will be on Wednesday night. So definitely we'll be making some announcement. Hopefully there'll be some releases. We'll have a lot to talk about on that show as well. And then back here for, Figure Flex Friday, which I'm coping currently. I guess I'm coping somebody. So yeah, Figure Flex Friday, we'll be back here for that. So definitely I can't wait. To announce that winner and get that going. And again, just keep in mind, there's going to be another Flex running for the month of May, which is going to be Mashup May. So definitely I can't wait for that. So yeah, you can mash up figures. It's going to be incredible. So again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Live long, prosper however you want to be. But take them drinks. Make sure you've emptied out all those cups and you leave some tips, because we'll be back next week to collect them all. Again, thank you for tuning in. As always, mad love. Shout out to everybody. Also, again, shout out to the love and the condolences that I got from my Nana. Rest in peace, as always. Juanita Waters, 4/9/1927 to 4/22/2022. 95 great years of her life. So shout out to you, Grandma. I love you to death. This show is among everything else. It'll be dedicated to you. So yes, thank you very much. We love you. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same channel, all day. Let's go.